check the. Let me see the headphones. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check them. I'm gonna hear it first. See how it sounds. Yeah, that's good. Talking ears.
Yep.
Scoot way over to get in the camera.
Yeah. To the biggest dude. Not that far.
Right, yeah, you're good.
Okay. Whatever.
I guess I'm on that side.
All right. Let me see.
This is where you sat last time. This is where I sat.
I don't remember.
Bad memory.
Let me.
Let's turn our phones on silent.
No, good call.
Say something.
Yeah, it should be good. If they stay on the thing, if someone says they can't hear it, just let me know.
Say something.
Okay. You want me to wear those?
Yeah. Talking ears, real quick. Mark.
Check 1, 2.
Okay. Fucking loud ass. Somebody just walked in here. Oh shit! Here we go.
Is that Mike?
We're just now starting, by the way.
Fucking party.
Yeah. I guess you can pull.
Ah, shit!
Pull up a.
What's up, man?
He just left.
He's been out there.
Yeah, him and old Buck Cherry dude.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Long time no see.
I know.
But I didn't wear this one today. Everybody matched it.
You chilling here? Or what are you gonna do?
No, dude.
Not talking about it.
Hi.
What's up?
Where's Brett at home?
Yeah. You trying to go over there?
I guess we're just not fucking cool enough. Who the fuck's Bretta? Fuck y'all.
Excuse me?
Did you guys see the truck?
Listen for the
Oh,
Polaroid
we're gonna
this
do a
weekend.
polar ride. Oh my God, there's snow.
the
We
camera
can't
down.
ride motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn.
You in? Is he in the camera?
You come a little, both of you come this way.
Oh, I'd definitely come that way.
These Montuckies?
Yeah, they're fucking gay ass white claws.
Don't mind
It's
if
the-
I do.
Montucky versus the Claws.
Sponsored by HBI.
Sponsor my.
Ain't no laws. Horsepower ain't koozie.
Yeah, koozies for bitches.
Listen.
Listen,
We can fight if you want.
dude, put the camera on them so they can see how silly they look.
They almost match. Oh my god.
Golly,
Listen, we're brothers, okay? Like,
Yeah.
we're brothers.
Since I moved down here, I just kind of like, he's just my brother.
Are you growing your hair? Are you gonna do the ponytail too and everything?
Oh wait, I don't have it into it today.
Oh.
he does do
I
a
was, dude,
ponytail,
I've been
though.
putting the mullet. I've been.
Ponytail.
Where's your mullet?
Smacked it off.
You son of a. You tear this hair.
Yep.
I cut the mullet like right before we came down here last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2 days before I came down here for your anniversary party last year. So I've had a mullet for a solid year.
So
thought
you
about
cut? Because didn't the whole mullet thing start because they camp out?
I don't know. Well, Rusty Black Charlotte, that was like in a group chat, and
Yeah.
he goes, 2020, year of the mullet. And then so like he cut one, and then I was like, all right, screw it, I cut one. And then Craig had a pretty epic one, and then
Cody had the
yeah, that, and then my buddy Styles and other big group chat I'm in, like a bunch of them all had mullets and everything, but I don't know, a bunch of them still have mullets. Everybody
Yeah,
else
it's
been
like-
kind of cutting them off.
It's like I kind of like it. You know, I was gonna keep.
Feels free.
One for Sturgis, so we started. In
Oh, it was
January.
Sturgis. That's right.
Yeah, we was
Yeah.
gonna rock it at Sturgis.
If I
Cheers,
make it
Craig.
to Sturgis this year, I will cut an. If I
Cheers,
make it to
Craig.
Sturgis this year, I will cut an.
That's right. Yeah. Mark making promises again on New
I'm
Year,
just
New
saying,
Us.
if listen, some shit went down last year.
Yeah.
that prevented me from doing
Crazy year,
things
though,
that
man.
I wanted to do. It ended okay.
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting here in the studio last year around the same time, getting ready to do this, talk time. From like basically May on, it was balls to the wall like all year.
Yeah,
Like-
I had a little bit of a different situation with
Yeah,
my
yeah, with
folks
the
and
kid.
stuff and the kid and stuff. But yeah, it was by the end of the year, I was like, listen, I'm fucking done with this. Like, fuck what everybody else thinks. I got to get the fuck out of this house and
Yeah.
do
We
something
die,
besides
we
work.
die.
Yeah. Tonight we dine in hell. But I had a great year, man.
Dude, I had a
I
great
really
year
did.
too. Like well, other than wrecking my bike, which we've talked about that a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
but whatever, freaking still smashed like 20,000 miles.
Yeah, I mean,
And listen, the best part of last year, you're a Texan now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made the change. Moved down to Cedar Park.
You transitioned.
Area, so.
Transitioned to a real man. Went
Dude,
from boyhood to manhood.
Yeah.
The day I moved down here, Michigan shut back down like all the restaurants and all that shit, like whatever. So I'm down here a couple days. We're out to eat. My dad's like, oh, and he like sends me something. I was like, oh, I'm at a restaurant drinking beer. He just responds, fuck you. It's like the governor still has us grounded.
Yeah, that was wild, man. You know, when I went up there and saw you, we were eating inside. We went to that restaurant there, but it was funny because in like Illinois and I think New York, we couldn't eat inside anywhere.
Yeah.
So we were having to sit outside. I mean, me and Insta having Kyle, we sat at some Mexican restaurant outside on the patio.
Yeah, that's one thing that's been whole wild all this year is just all the states I've traveled to, just how they're handling it differently. Like our Sturgis trip, you know, when I met up with you guys, like New Mexico was weird.
Yeah.
We're like trying to eat in a parking lot underneath
Indoor?
a tent, you know,
Like in tent?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because the plastic walls prevent COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah. And then it's like, oh, we got to Texas, and it was like, oh, we can eat inside, just wear a mask walking in.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Wear the mask, the 30 foot to walk to your table, and then no more masks.
And then what? Colorado was like, wear a mask, fucking walking down the road and everything.
Isn't that where you got yelled at? You were like, yeah, some ladies like yelling as we're walking down the street, like, put a mask on.
Fucking idiots. Yeah, so, I mean, the year started off great. Went to shit real quick. Or it just got weird. I mean, I think Daytona's when it really shut down.
Yeah, it was like
Daytona happened like right when everything shut down because y'all went.
I didn't go to Daytona.
Well, I mean, I had a bunch of buddies that went, and it was like the day that Daytona like ended, like everything in the fucking country shut down.
Yeah, because it was like I was gonna go to the Mama Tried show. Never been there before, so I was all excited. And buddies had like an Airbnb. Had one buddy that came from like all the way from North Carolina, and then just shut down. And like I was so close on finishing my build on my bike, so I was like, all right, well, I just. You know, it was like a 6-hour trip in a car and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, screw it, I'll skip it. But, yeah, that's when freaking COVID started.
I remember it was right at spring break because I got my kid back for spring break. You know, a week of no school, and then she hasn't been back to school since.
It's the ongoing. Yeah, I mean, shit, you know, when we were getting ready to have the camp out, it was, I didn't know if if I was, you know, because I was worried about not being woke enough, basically. To where should I still have the camp out, but just not advertise it's going on? Like only people that, you know.
Dude, I was getting some hate over that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that I was just like that. And I had some people messaging me like, oh, you're really going to travel during this? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, I like spent all winter building a bike. That I was like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I've been looking forward to this. So,
Yeah.
You know, and it was.
I don't think Cody's makes them.
Oh, yeah. Put this under, like, how we all have it. That way it's catching your voice, because when you talk, you naturally talk down. But now it's not pointing at your mouth, though. There you go. You're getting it.
It's like my first time.
It's weird. I mean, dude, it's funny because, like, some people get in here and they'll start talking, and then all of a sudden, this is going on.
Just away.
Right. Well, I was like, we were watching that.
Jaden last night, it's like sitting there.
Yeah, Jane's over here talking all the time.
Yeah,
2
he's
feet
like
from the mic.
talking to Craig, he's looking away, and you're like, dude.
Dude, we got back to the house last night after finishing working on bikes and having a customer pick up, and I was like, they went live. Like, let's watch their fucking the YouTube. And so we're sitting there drinking fucking beer, watching it, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm going to bed. And he like tries to guilt me into shotgunning beers right before we go to bed. I'm like, listen, it's not fucking happening. Like,
It was like 2 in the morning.
and so I fucking passed out on the couch listening to the down south camp out, and I wake up. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. When the fuck did Chris Moose get in my fucking house? And it like automatically started playing your podcast with him. I'm like looking around for Chris somewhere in my fucking house. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy break into my shop?
Yeah, man. I don't know. This year's been crazy. You know what's one of the things I wanted to talk about with you guys on there on the podcast was we've had a lot of. I listened to podcasts you did with Danger Dan, and you kind of started talking about the bagger race, and we haven't really talked about the race at all on the podcast since it's taken place, the King of the Baggers shit. So I figured it'd be a perfect time with you guys.
What's the King of the Baggers? I haven't heard of this.
Never heard of her.
Never
No,
heard of it.
like that whole bagger race was sick. Like because I remember what they started talking about it in the drag specialty show back in February.
Yeah,
that was kind of
it
like
was
I don't
brought
know.
up multiple times
Yeah.
over there. Yeah.
So they were talking about it then, and then it was supposed to happen in June.
I forgot y'all went there
July.
in February. That's when y'all were hanging out with
Yeah,
HPI.
that was before COVID. Like that was
Yeah.
like
That was like the last event I did last year.
dude, that was a
until I started
fucking
riding.
killer weekend, which is canceled this year. So
Oh
it sucks.
god,
But
that was an epic weekend.
but
Super
yeah,
spreaders over here.
Yeah.
they started talking about that like during that weekend, and then started hearing more about it. I think it was supposed to happen in like June or July.
Yeah, it was like middle of
you know,
summer.
and then fucking COVID fucking everything up, or maybe making shit better.
Yeah. I
I
Whatever.
think it made it. I mean, honestly, I think that the time delay gave teams to get a little more
Serious.
somewhat dialed. But I mean, the problem was that fucking Indian goes, "Oh, this is a Harley thing. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna give all of our teams every fucking thing under the sun
Yeah.
to dominate."
The
And
best
Harley's
riders.
like, "Fuck y'all! Like, we ain't giving you shit." With Vance and Hines, yeah, we're sponsoring y'all. Everybody else, fuck off. You know what I mean? And
But yeah,
teams are just untested.
yeah, but it was cool. Like, there's some people that showed up. They're like, "Hey, literally, first time this bike's been on the track, is today." Which I don't know how many teams were supposed to be in it from the start.
It's supposed to be like
but-
15 or
yeah,
something, or
but
12.
then I don't know.
I think it was strange because everybody. I mean,
It
me
was-
included. I was geeking out over that Saddleman bike. That thing looks so badass.
Dude, there were a lot of bikes that
that
looked
was-
amazing, but like it was comical to me. Like everybody chopped the sides of their bags, and I'm sitting there going, "Well, your fucking primary hits before your saddlebag hits. So what are we chopping the sides of the bags for? Like just to make it look fast still, or what the fuck's the deal? And I don't know. I mean, it was good. It did a lot, and I think I'm really hoping that people will jump in and get their AMA card to do the shit next year because it's open to the public next year. This was a closed invite only
Apparently,
event.
I was talking to Kyle, Instagram Kyle on Tuesday, and he said that they're just like, I guess Moto America's like, fuck drag specialists. We're just doing this for ourselves.
Yeah.
They probably hadn't had that many fucking people watching their shit.
Oh, dude. I mean, it was the viewership that one specific day went up astronomical over what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, then it was like cool just like watching all that, and then seeing people that are into like the sport bike racing, and then hearing them talk about it. Because
Yeah.
they're at first they're all like, "Look at these."
They're like, oh,
clowns."
fucking Harleys on the track. This is gonna be fucking shit.
And
nerds.
then they started laying down some lap times, and then they're like, they're not fucking around.
Yeah,
you know,
they're obviously not competing with like fucking race bikes, but like the
But
fucking
no, to take a
1000cc
full
stock
touring
class,
Harley.
like they're competing with similar lap times.
That's what
to
I
those,
always
like.
I always tell people it's not, to me, it's not about the baggers or the fastest things they can put on a
No.
track. No, it's like, it's fun to fucking watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
fun to watch, and it's
bikes
the fact
are
that you
cool.
can ride that bike that way, and then
You could ride it
put
to the
your
track.
shit in the fucking saddlebags
Yeah.
and go to the next fucking spot.
Yeah.
you
Roland
know?
Sands, like I know on the Indian and everything. I seen a video after the race. That
Dude had
saddlebag
saddlebag
was open,
full of
full
alcohol.
of beer and ice. Like you just took your race bike and you turned it into cooler. Like, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that Frankie guy, right? Yeah,
Yeah, Frankie Garcia.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous. Like, you were watching the qualifiers the day before, and I don't know what happened with that Frankie
just
guy.
looped
Like,
that
looped
shit.
it out or
Fuck
whatever.
him. I think, yeah.
I was like, fuck, please don't tell me that guy's like. I really
Dude.
wanted to see the Indians compete
Yeah.
against the Harleys. Like,
He
I
tried
thought it
to
was
backflip,
an
I think.
amazing dichotomy. You know?
It was really tough to watch Harley just get dominated that way. It was more like, all right, so when the dude went off the track,
Oh, dude, everybody's
Everybody's
like,
like-
fuck yeah,
Boy, it was-
Harley's gonna win.
yeah. So there was that, right? But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to win that way, man. I want it to be an actual win. But then, is this motherfucker gonna come back?
And he did.
Well, you know what's funny? It's like Harley was limited to 131 cubic inches. Indian was limited to the stock size. Like Harley could go up to 131. And the Indians are
but
so fast. They're
Indians
like,
are water cooled. They can do a lot more.
No, for sure. I
shit to
understand
it,
that.
so.
No, I get that, but it was just comical. Like the Indian motor's way too fast, y'all. We're gonna have to fucking bump y'all's cubic inches down.
I
a little
think
bit.
that's the only size they offered though in that bike.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
So
I
it
don't
was-
know what
it
kind
was-
of
so it's
aftermarket
like
they
It
have.
had to
offered-
be,
the
yeah.
offered motor.
So Harley offers a 131, so people were able to put that in the bike
I
versus,
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
you know,
But Indian was smart. I mean, that S&S bike was fucking killer. Like they
It
took the
definitely
time
sold
to
some-
design
it
a
sold
fucking
some fucking Challengers, that's for damn
for
sure.
I'm considering buying one. Like,
oh my god, you better
Oh,
not.
God.
listen.
Turn this podcast off.
That bike's fucking dope, dude. But like,
You're
S&S
gonna lose
took
your
the
T-bar
time-
Jesus status.
These
You're
white
fucking-
calls
I'll
are
put
getting to him.
T-bars on a fucking
Get this
Indian.
shit-
Like, that's not a
No,
big
no,
deal, you
don't
know.
do that.
But you know, the SNS took the time to actually like figure out what hit, not just
Yeah.
like, oh, the saddlebags that we cave them in, they look cool. Like no, the primary fucking hits. So let's machine a fucking primary that fits and is caved correctly so that doesn't fucking drag. Like they put in the fucking work, you know what I mean? And that's why they fucking won for sure. Like
But the biggest thing that like I look at it with the whole Indian versus Harley, then that's how it's always been brought up on this race. It was so many independent people that were doing it. Like, hey, they just chose to start with a Harley because, you know, Harley's deeper in the scene and, you know, what we're doing. And other people like, Indian backed them. So it's like, not like if straight Harley grabbed all their Harleys and did it, you know, like with the Vance and Hines. It was like, there's other companies.
And Harley's
you know, it's
dropped everyone now, too.
Yeah.
Like, they're
They're out
not
of
even
all
sponsoring
racing.
Vance and Hines. They're out of all
That's
racing. So
crazy.
there is no more factory Harley team
Yeah.
for this next series that's coming up. It is, there will be an Indian factory team, and then it's all privately funded Harley teams.
It's kind of shitty, I guess. But what was the? I didn't do my research, but what was the level of the rider skill sets? Like,
I mean, they were all.
I know Indian got like some MotoGP dudes.
Well, I mean,
I
but
think they
so
all had
did
to have
Fueling.
an AMA card.
They all had to have an AMA card. Like Fueling had Ben Bostrom riding their bike.
They made
He's
a
an AMA
big
pro rider.
deal
And
out
he's
of
a
that.
great rider. They just had some other problems. It wasn't
And
like
other
the
problems,
rider's fault. You know what I
Right.
mean? It was just the fact that maybe they got like 3 test sessions in, but you don't know what the fuck a race bike's going to do in 3 test sessions.
Right.
You
They
know what
were.
I mean?
was hearing they were having lots of issues with brakes because they were going through brakes so
Everybody was
quickly.
having brake issues.
Yeah.
Like that
I mean,
was
it's such a big
because
ass
It's
bike.
a big bike. It's heavy as fuck, and they are hard as fuck on those brakes. Like no matter whose brake you were running, everybody was going through fucking rotors
Yeah.
because they're just not used to having that much weight to slow down that intense
Fast.
for that long of the fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so everybody was having brake issues. But I think it was like a door opening. And so I think companies are going to start having, obviously not shit that you're going to want to run on your bike you run every day, but like, hey, listen, we need to build something that can handle this size bike at this capacity, you know what I mean, going this fast and work for this long because, you know, nobody didn't have brake issues.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the in the MotoGP world, they figured out certain things, but they also do a lot
they
of
have-
swaps too. They'll swap wheels and
They
tires.
also
and all
have
that.
decades of practice. Like the first MotoGP race probably was nowhere near as fast as the first fucking Harley Bagger fucking,
yeah, no shit.
you know, track race. So
What's cool about it though, I mean, so what? Not to hate on it or anything, but like I feel like what makes it fun is that there. It would have been fun if it was just dudes like you guys and Tony Shreds and these kind of Jiffy Tune and these guys racing bikes.
I wish they had like picked
And not
all
put-
people that rode Harleys.
Not like, oh well, what do we got money?
Oh,
Let's you know, let's get all these superbike racers
but,
and shit.
But it also does. I really don't. The rider played somewhat of a portion in it,
Yeah.
but I don't think the rider was anywhere near the deciding factor of who won the race. I think
sure,
the
for
deciding factor was the factory sponsorships, obviously, because the top 3 podium places were all factory sponsored teams.
Yeah.
And then people not having tested their shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can build something that works fantastic on the street, but when you're pushing it at 95% of its maximum capacity for fucking 20 minutes straight, that's a long and hard fucking test.
Yeah.
And if you haven't tested that for an extended period of time, you're going to have failures. Like, it may not fail that way 99.99999% of the fucking time, but that 1.00001% is on the fucking track when you're pushing it that fucking hard for that long. You know what I mean? And so I think it's going to get better that way, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, you can't have a race like that without people having an AMA Pro card. You know, it's just not possible. You can't get multiple people on the track without having some sort of certification that you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking about is like moving forward. Like, so next year when, you know, I know there's a big resurgence. I mean, we've been talking about guys on the track for a while with Bob.
We've been talking about Ride Smart for fucking 3 years.
And we have,
now,
you know, and so now I think Connor is really doing a big job of pushing people
and
into
he's
the
doing
track.
a good job too. I think,
You know, so I'm like stoked that
and
they're all
he's
doing it.
made. Listen, regardless of what you think, I love Connor to death. He's a great guy, but he is making huge fucking strides in his riding. Because I remember riding with him 2.5 years ago. Like, this guy's talking about performance bikes, and he's like fucking way in the back. And now, like, I didn't get to ride with him on that ride with Steve. I was working when Steve went with him, but like watching the video, I go, oh shit, like he's got body movement, like his head position is a little bit off, and obviously one side's more comfortable than the other, but like he's making giant steps to like actually get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's about at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's not about spending $40, $50, $80,000 on a fucking bike. It's about working to get better at what you have. You know what I mean? Because honestly, that Ben Bostrom guy from Fueling probably could jump on a stock fucking Dyna and outride most of us.
Yeah.
If we're going to
for
be
sure.
honest, you know what I mean? So it's about progressing the rider's skill set more than throwing $80,000 at a bike, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have one bagger and I didn't travel on that bagger all year to do things, then I would be pulling the headlight out and going to Crescent to do those rides too, which I really want to do them.
You should.
I
Listen,
just can't. I can't risk.
The risk on a track is less than the risk when you're going down Talamina.
True, but I'm also, you know, I'm very cautious when I ride. So like I'll push it to what I feel comfortable.
Well, that's
but on
what
a
they
track,
do.
I'm gonna get
No,
lot more comfortable
No,
because
they teach you. So they tell
Okay.
you like you don't want to be anywhere near 100%. You want to ride at 70 to 80% of your level. And they'll teach you how to get faster at that 70 to 80% level so that you're never fully maxed out. Oh, fuck, I'm just out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you make a giant mistake. But the other thing is, if you make a mistake, which everybody does because we're all fucking human, on a track, there's no cars coming the other way. There's minimal fucking
room for
animals, way
error.
less animals than fucking on a regular
That's what I'm
street.
saying, though.
No fucking
deer.
dude.
He said way less animals,
there's
not no
gravel.
animals.
There's no gravel in the middle of the turn
Yeah.
from someone's fucking gravel driveway. They're pulling
Yeah.
a fucking giant
Yeah.
rig out. No dude backing a fucking trailer in as you come around a fucking blind turn. Like, it's way safer on
Yeah.
the track. You
Oh, I know it's safer, but what I'm trying to say is that because it's safer, I'm gonna.
you
push
think
it
you will, but
harder.
they monitor you.
Okay.
They're watching and like paying attention to what you're doing. Like, hey man, this turn you're coming in way too fucking hot. Like, you need to start hitting your brakes at the fucking 200 mark instead
I'm
of
just
the
gonna
fucking
do it like I do on all the
125
racing
mark.
video games. I just cut across the turn in the grass. Yeah, fuck y'all. Keep going, you know.
Dude, some of those old like MotoGP videos.
Yeah.
The guy like somebody crashes and
They hop the
launches
whole
off
bike.
the other bike and then he lands in the dirt and somehow like keeps it up and you're
Yeah.
like, how in the fuck?
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's going to be really fun and interesting to watch. I mean, it's one of those things, like, it'd be dope. It's dope to see, like, brands like Alloy Art and Fueling, those kind of more, like,
Big name
brands that we
brands, yeah.
know about, that
Yeah.
we actually see these guys at Born Free and shit, right?
Yeah. Well, and they're real Harley guys too. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just a not suspension, but like a sport bike company
Yeah.
getting into the Harley world. These guys have been in the Harley world.
Mm-hmm.
They're all about Harleys. And now they're like, hey, listen, there's a market segment for this fucking shit that can make our bikes go fast as shit
Yeah.
and push it. And we're going to fucking start exploring that market segment.
So
You know
I
what
really
mean?
think it's done a lot for, like, performance baggers in general. I mean,
for sure.
it really standard. I mean, I think that I don't even know if we really looked at how these performance bagger pages were going on Facebook prior to.
Guarantee you blew up after.
Yeah,
Guarantee.
every fucking old
Guarantee.
dude has with a bagger has a performance bagger now. You
Yeah.
know.
But yeah, it's like with any racing, you know, it just pushes product development.
Yeah.
You know, it like companies
Exactly.
out there.
The
like,
trickle down effect from racing is what has made all the car shit fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And hopefully now we're going to start seeing that in the heavy fucking Harley
Mm-hmm.
industry of the trickle down effect of, hey, listen, we've made this brake. It works great most of the time, but listen, we've got this. We updated the style. We did this different style carrier. We did different fucking, rotor material, whatever the fuck is the change
Yeah.
for the track. And now it filters into the street segment so that your street shit doesn't blow out in 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you figure it out in a couple race days of like what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, like there's got to
A
be
couple
a
race
ton of
days
the-
is a year of riding for most people as far as wear and tear.
Yeah.
You know?
Because there's like guys or the whole companies out there that were, trying some stuff and they
So-
thought they had the best bike. And then next thing they go out there and like, I seen like the Alloy Art bike, they had rear sets. You do rear sets, you have most that they're dragging them in the corners. They didn't
Yeah.
think that, and then it's like, all right, let's make it a little tighter because, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they cut off
you
their
know.
fucking pegs with a grinder in the fucking pit. They're like, oh, we're dragging this shit. Let's cut it off with it. Like, that's race shit. But that's
So-
what
But
breeds
it's
good
product. It's
products,
product development.
You know what I mean?
It's stuff where it's
Exactly.
like you can have all these great ideas in your mind, but then you actually go out and you're starting to test them, and then especially on a
Well,
race
it's like
course,
everything on a theoretical works. You know, obviously nobody designs anything theoretically that doesn't work, but it's the real world testing that decides if you have a good product or not.
And then
Yeah.
you're
You
know
pushing
what I
it to
mean?
that level, so it makes it even better.
And that level is so much higher than the average customer. So
Right.
then you're going to build products that are bulletproof for the fucking average
Yeah.
guy at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And your product value goes up because essentially now your shit's fucking gold. Like, listen, it fucking ripped this doing this fast at this long for this amount of time. You're fucking hell yeah, brother. Cruise at 75 miles an hour down the fucking
Yeah.
interstate with your get back whips. That ain't fucking shit for
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, so that's what I was kind of wondering. Is like, you know, what I love about what we all do is that we jump on these bikes, you load them down just like your bikes are out there, and then we go to Tennessee and we smash miles.
Yeah.
We're trying to push it, but what it's like. I'm trying to frame this. I'm not
listen,
trying to say this is bad, but
No, no.
like I don't want dudes to be like,
It's-
I'm only track now.
Well,
it's
listen,
like the
here's-
stunt rider
here's-
guy
yeah.
thing. You know
I
what I
get
mean?
a lot of shit for saying it this way, but the way I just describe performance baggers, Dynas, Softails, FXRs, all those bikes is it's like a flat EQ. It's not overly good at one thing and fucking low at another thing, but it's really good at everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not track bikes, you can't fucking ride them across the country. Bikes that are super comfortable to ride across the country probably are not the best fucking track bikes.
Exactly.
But the bikes that we build are flat. They're not the best at any one thing, but they're good at everything.
Well, you
Yeah.
do both,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Exactly.
and that's like I'll post something on my bike, and then people are like, "Oh, if you're gonna do that, why don't you just do a sport bike?" And I'm like, "All right, if you want to buy a sport bike and go do a 7,000-mile trip with me,
Have
you
at
know
it.
that like,
Can you
come
even
on,
fit
let's
on a
go."
sport bike? You're
I'm
the
just
same
saying-
size as me.
No,
It's like-
He's gonna need a boost.
I built my bike because it fits me, and it's like these people are like thinking that the sport bike's better. Sweet, grab one. Let's go on a road trip, and we'll
Yeah,
see like
let's
who's
do
more comfortable.
like that was the thing that we've been joking about is like there's this guy on YouTube called Cletus McFarland, and I started watching his videos last year.
Car
but,
guy.
But yeah, he's a car guy. But they do this thing called Drag Week, and he didn't put it on. He's just a part of it or like competes in it. But basically, they take drag cars and you have to race them. But then you have to drive them on the street to the next fucking racetrack. And I'm like,
Everything-
if we could figure out a way to meld this into
Yeah.
the fucking Harley world, that would be awesome because it's like you can't build a bike specific for only fucking racing on the track or only fucking traveling comfortable in a certain amount of time.
I
You know
agree
what
that if that, I mean, like we were talking about this when I was at the shop the other day. So many moving parts to make that happen.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
no.
think that would actually.
I
be,
couldn't do it. I can't do it. I don't know
that,
shit about
the
planning,
guy that
but-
wins that or smashes that and kills it. That is going to be the hero for me because I'm like,
Yeah.
that dude fucking just he
'Cause
built
it's
a
Not only
bike.
does he have a bike that rips, he has a bike he can fucking
Yeah.
ride for multiple hundred fucking miles a day, and it probably looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
honestly.
Because
Yeah.
it's like going in like car drag racing. You have like the top fuel dragsters.
Right.
Yeah, super fast. They're the fastest things out there. And then, but they have to rebuild the motor every race.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
And they
so
can't
then
make a
it's like-
turn.
So then, and then
Forget
it's
about
like
taking a turn.
you go out, and then in that car world, you got like Tom Bailey that runs a 6 second, or it might even be down in the 6-second quarter mile in a car, and he drives
damn.
it 1,000.
that
he-
white Camaro thing,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
and he drives it. He's from Michigan. He drives it 1,000 miles in a week. They drive it from track to track. Everything you use, you have to put on the car. So if you
Yeah, you have
change
to
tires,
take all your tools with you to fucking
Yeah,
do
like, you can-
everything. You can't have a chase
they
vehicle.
can
There's
have a
none of
trailer.
that.
They can have a trailer. So
On the
like,
car that's
he
driving
has
them.
this like extended nose
Like a little
69
motorcycle
Camaro
style trailer?
with
That's
a
what I'm
fucking-
saying. Like, how dope would that be to see
the-
some performance baggers like ripping through the fucking mountains with like trailers hooked to the back
I
of their
wanna-
race gear and
I
everything?
want
don't
a
know if we
fucking
can go that
trailer
far.
so bad. Like I want to
How
get
you
this.
gonna do wheelies with a trailer? You're gonna hit your
No,
head.
dude. Already got this fucking figured out. So the hitch is gonna be up high. It's gonna be a double. No, it's gonna be a double pivot hitch. So it's gonna have an up and down, and then it'll have a side to side for the people that are watching this on live. So you're gonna have that side to side, but then I got to put it like way up high so I can still bang a wheelie and that, but single tire, and then so it stays with the bike with a double pivot hitch,
Oh, shit.
and everything. And
We've
then,
been talking about it.
oh, dude, like, so then with this shit that we got going on, like, I got a couple carbon pieces. I have a full outer fairing. I have an inner fairing. I have another tank. I want to do knee cutouts. And then really want to get a set of like Marchesini wheels off a early Ducati, like
Yeah.
17s and slicks. So I'll put all this shit in the trailer. I'm gonna ride it to the fucking track, and then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have my jack with me. I'm gonna tear my bike apart with the sparkly blue paint, put on some flat black fucking track gear, and that's all lighter. Drop 200 pounds at it. Go rip the track, and then be all tired of shit, and then fucking swap everything back and be like, all right, next one.
Yeah.
Be fucking gangster.
Yeah, but it's a lot, like you said, it's a lot of moving.
It's a lot of moving
Yeah,
parts.
There's not gonna be.
and there's no way, like you said, there's no way to enjoy that event and run that event. Someone has to run that event
Yeah,
that
from
does
behind,
not
yeah.
want to fucking be a part of that
Right,
event. 'Cause
right.
there's no way to do that, you know?
Yeah, it'd be tough, man.
Well,
but
and the hard thing is like you said, if you wanted to have heads up racing, everybody that competed would have to have an AMA card. So it's going to have to be like a time attack thing if it were to ever
so that's why we keep
happen.
this shit hood and keep it on the street.
All I'm saying
Keep
is
it
every time we
sketchy.
go down Talamina, there's only one person in the front. So,
Oh, well, you know.
Well, when you don't show up, it's
Yeah, he
not
didn't make it last year.
how many times has that person won the Talamina race though?
Once.
Well, we should probably actually really figure out a way to make it like I'd be down. Like this would be dope. What if we actually did for the camp out this year? We actually made it like where we put like a finish line
Oh goddamn!
and we have and we do it and we let
Last 2 years, there's already been people go down.
All right, hear this out. Fucking. So we Talamina, you know how it splits off in the center.
Yeah.
So we get some people of that. Don't let anybody down the road, and every time they show up, be like, "Hey, wrong way, pizza boy."
Roads closed.
find another way home.
Road's closed, pizza boy. Find a new way home. So we do that, and then we can have race just on the half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, no, people are gonna die.
Yeah. Listen, the
And,
bottom line is here's the problem.
Why
Is that-
not?
No, listen, here's the problem. Why? Because you will have people die. Because everybody thinks, oh man, I bought that fucking $1,600
Hey.
Olin suspension. I got that fucking Nix 30 front end. I got them fucking Galfer rotors. I can ride
Sounds like
hard.
you're talking about Steve right now.
They go, I can ride hard.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you be able to fucking ride.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what I mean?
okay, so let's say like this year for sure we got you two guys. Cody came out of nowhere. He's a good rider now.
Yeah, I was telling him.
That's
like,
what I've heard.
I was telling him.
I've heard the stories. I haven't
He's
seen
been
it in
smashing
person.
big wheel so long that all of a sudden now it translated
It's
to
nimble.
He hops on the lowrider. He's
so
like,
easy.
"Wow, I wanted to go left, and it goes left."
But
It slows down
I mean,
when I hit this front lever.
if you
What
think
the
about it,
fuck?
like with you guys, and then like let's say Rusty shows up. Who else is out there? I mean, Bob was out there last year. So like,
Tony's fastest. Tony's pretty
Tony's
fast.
pretty good.
When he
Justin?
wants to be.
Yeah.
When he wants to be.
Justin's fast, but
Justin's fast. Ish. You know?
Dude, I just like doing these events and
The
keeping shit
dye in
sketchy
Justin's
and-
beard slows him down. You know what I mean?
It's too thick. Too thick.
got that thick
Boy,
beard.
thick.
Thick beard, you know?
He's so mad. Right now. Dude, a joke that goes too far, like drinking
Yeah.
White Claws.
2 years later. Yeah. No, I think that I think it'd be fun to kind of make it because I mean we started it with that camp out was like there's a fast group and a slow group, right? That's always been the thing, but. I like the idea that everybody's like, fuck, man, like there should be some more hype on the fast group
I
and
agree,
what's
but
going on.
the thing I don't want is like people to go past their limits.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
as fun
I
as
want
we
it.
fucking have, like
No.
we talk shit about slow riders, but like I don't want someone to fucking push it and wreck because they're trying to win some fucking
We're trying to prove something.
Exactly.
trophy or
This is exactly
like,
what
my dick's
happened.
bigger than yours.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Dude, it's not.
This is
fucking
exactly
worth
what
it.
happened because our first hood ride, it was at the beginning we said, hey, this isn't the place to learn how to do wheelies.
Fuck no.
Yeah, no
So we
shit.
said that at the first of the ride, and then we did the ride and no issues. This time we forgot to say that. And there was
How many
people
people went
everywhere
down? Like 3 or
trying to pop wheelies in the middle of a pack of dudes, and they don't know how to
Well, and
do a
everybody
wheelie.
gets amped up. Their adrenaline's pumping. They're probably
Yeah.
had a little fucking alcohol.
Yeah, we
you know
started
what
as
I mean?
strokers.
And so you know that honestly helps doing wheelies. And so
Yeah.
then you're just fucking shit. I have
story.
no fucking clue what the fuck's
Yeah.
going on.
Or
know
you
what
give
I
it
mean?
too much.
They
Yeah.
talk, you put it on them when we talk. You put it on us.
Right.
They're talking.
Just keep going back and forth.
I'm gonna treat you like Jesse in a minute. No,
But yeah, like after I had my bike tuned from HPI and I had like, I don't know, 20 White Claws, I'm like, time to go for a test drive. Nobody videoed it, but that security
The
cam
security camera
footage
caught it, yeah.
of that bike at like 11 o'clock, dude, Alcohol, best wheelies of your life.
I'm just saying, like, if you really make an emphasis at, say, like, put like this, when we leave the campground, we pull the OG Steve Chamberlin, we leave the campground, right? It is Mad Max to that first
132.
gas station, right?
Yeah, that's the first race. The first race is from
It's
K
a-
River
it's a-
to
it's-
that gas station.
It's like a top
It's like a
speed
drag race.
It's like a
top
drag
speed.
race with turns.
It's a straight, like, 30-mile rip or
It's
20.
not straight. It's got sweet
got- it's
curves.
got a
couple. It's got a
Yeah,
couple.
I think it's,
but there's
Isn't it
no
like
cops
20
on that fucking
Yeah,
road.
22 miles?
Unless Marcus parks on
Yeah,
the
we
side of the
thought-
road and starts taking pictures, and you come over the turn at like 125, and you think he's a
Oh,
cop
shit.
car because he's in a Charger, and you're like, trying to fucking slow down not to get a speeding ticket, you know?
But, you know, that first one, you smash it out, and then, you know, we go to that gas station, and you said it right there, like, look, this is the fast group. They're going to go ahead and go, and, you know, if you guys want to play keep up, you know, here's the situation. If you can't ride like that, then I would not go.
Well, the most dangerous spot to be in is the last person in the fast group because you're playing keep up with everybody else's accordion during all the turns.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's the most dangerous
I
spot
feel
to
like
fucking
I
be
can
in.
ride faster when I'm behind one person.
Oh,
because
for sure.
almost
For sure.
seeing
see
their
their
judgment.
line, and you
There's,
can see
as
how-
long as you're confident in your machine, but the problem is when you're not confident in your machine or you don't know the physics of how to fucking make a turn, like someone can make a turn and you're just like, fuck, I'm into the fucking
Yeah.
field, you know what I mean? But
That's never happened, right?
It's funner being slow.
When you
But
get
yeah,
on
I
the
mean,
cruise-
Can't we
You will
just
never-
get ape hangers and just start cruising?
No,
and put
what
some
we do
kickback whips?
is we hype.
Dude, we can get these bags that are longer and we put more stuff in them.
No, what we do is we hype the slow group up, and we block off the roads and watch them race.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, Talamina's those roads out there are they're pretty good. Like even that, even that South Road.
The Oklahoma half of Talamina is good. You
Yeah,
get to
once
the
you hit
Arkansas
Arkansas, it
half,
gets
and like
gravelly.
whatever's on that shit, that
sounds like an
destroys paint
excuse for
jobs.
coming in second every year I've showed up. So
No, that just destroys paint. I was telling you last night how you were just throwing boulders at me. Like,
Dude,
That's what
dude, I
I
had
hate.
one hit me in the face
My
shield,
bike's
and
so
if I
fucked
didn't have
now.
a full face helmet on, I bet you would have broke a cheekbone, like for
Yeah.
sure.
that was when I had Shinkos. They were kicking
Yeah.
up everything.
Oh, dude, like I seen it coming. Like you can't react, you know,
you're
just
like, oh
that.
shit!
"Ah,"
It's like
and then-
small and it gets bigger as it.
Well,
comes.
and
Yeah.
you can't
And
avoid
then,
it,
like-
or you're gonna fuck your lineup
Yeah.
for the next turn. So you're like, it just is what it is.
hits my shield, just and like knocks my helmet back. I'm like,
you know what?
Whoa.
So when we left the campground last time, and I think it was me, you, and Cody was in the front. Or you, Cody.
me, Cody, then you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think I was ahead of Cody. I was ahead for a
I
while.
was gonna say all I remember is he was right behind me. Though.
No, so yeah, he was behind me for a while, but I got tired.
Oh,
No, I mean, like literally.
Sounds like an excuse. I'm just saying. Listen,
it's a real
listen,
one.
You can watch the
No,
videos
it's-
of us in Tennessee. All these bagger guys, the bagger front end responds so much better to weight changes. They're just like leaning their head a little bit, going in, and I'm sitting there in every turn like, oh fuck, gotta make this fucking turn, like throwing my whole fucking body weight of 300 fucking pounds around on this fucking bike just to fucking make these turns. And I wasn't like at the limit, but it's like the bagger front end responds so well to just a little bit of head change. Whereas like Cody's bike with a soft tail, you have to fucking throw your fucking weight into that turn because of the fact that the forks are in front of the fucking steering neck. You know what I mean? The just
Are
the
these facts?
geometry. Dude, guaranteed facts.
Oh,
Guaranteed facts.
I love it when, like on some of these like Facebook groups, like all these like 120-pound dudes that are riding baggers, like you need to lean off the bike more. I'm like, my upper body weighs as much
more
as
than your whole body.
So like when I'm like 6 inches scooched off the seat, that's like you trying to touch your head on the ground.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But no, I think that what happens, same thing. We went to Tennessee, man. Like
oh God, that road was.
we went above Tellico Plains, and I think me and you were in the front. And man, I just get like, dude, remember I was like, I don't even fucking want to do these twisties anymore. I want to go meet you guys at Maggie Valley. Like I'm sick of fucking turns right now.
Where's the fucking Chili's around here?
you know Chili's
Yeah, no
fucks.
doubt. No
Need
doubt.
a fucking beer and an appetizer.
Hell yeah. I was so dude. That was a rough night because when we went and did the Talamina, or not Talamina, but the drag and all that shit.
Yeah. Well, we did from Chattanooga to
We rode from here
the Dragon,
to
then
Chattanooga.
to Maggie Valley.
Then at 1 a.m., Denton Performance comes through. We do a podcast till 4 a.m.
Oh,
And then we wake up at 8 and go get breakfast. And then we ride from Chattanooga to Tellico Plains. And then that's where we started riding the hitting the turns and shit. And I love that. That's
that
my
strip's
favorite
way
one.
better than
I like that Tellico Plains across to like Fontana Dam way more than I like the
That's what
Teledragon.
slow people like to say,
Well,
you know?
it is. Well, it's like
around there.
It's like what 60 miles of that
Yeah,
shit.
but it's like longer, faster sweepers. Like Teledragon is like,
Yeah, you have to be a good rider on
Rick
the
telling-
Teledragon.
So when, we went down there in October. Bunch of performance bagger guys, Big
Soft
Trouble and Chris and Kyle and Lucky Strike, all those guys. We met up and for the V-Twin Visionary and had a house, but we met up in. 5 of us met up in like Kentucky and took like some Kentucky and Tennessee roads. Chris put it all together. He's like, we're going to go south and we're going to go north and west, like whatever. It's like our fast way, we can get there in like a couple hours or we can take like 8 hours. But dude, we took some roads that are like kind of far away that were like off the beaten path.
I've been really wanting to go through like that Kentucky, West Virginia area to start hitting some of those roads.
Because I took it on, I went to the Tail of the Dragon over Memorial Weekend, and then on the way home, I'm like, I'm just going to ride home. It took me 3 days to do an 8-hour trip home.
I remember that, yeah.
And everything, but like,
No, that never happens. You never take that long to get it. Yeah, all right.
Squirrel.
squirrel.
What's this road over here?
But I ended up taking a couple days, and then like that, West Virginia, Kentucky area, and then I met some guy that was at a gas station when it was raining, and he was like from that area, and he was telling me, he's like, dude, you got to go hit these roads. He's like, these are the roads that people don't tell you about. And he was on his bike with his chick and everything. He's like, but I always come here, like this is fun. So I got to maybe try to remember where the fuck I was at.
Yeah,
so
maybe
we
get
can
on a map.
redo that, but we always do all these like events and other shit. So like I want to try new areas. It's like, don't get me wrong. Like I would say with like some people, it's like Colorado's dope, but it's dope views. Like good riding, like North Carolina, West Virginia. You got the
technical riding.
Yeah,
It's not good. All of it's good riding, but technical riding.
technical.
yeah. So like
is
that,
that
and then like dude, Southeast Ohio. Like I didn't ride the triple nickel they call it. But, like, I rode some other roads when I was by myself on the way home. Dude, Southeast Ohio's fucking sick.
Really?
There's good roads everywhere in the country. That's been the best part about all this shit and everybody wanting to ride. Is like finding the fucking dope roads everywhere in the country that you have no clue about, but some fucking hillbilly's like, yeah, that fucking road, man, you can't take that fucker at 40 miles an hour. You're fucked, like,
Oh,
dope,
like-
I want to go there.
Yeah.
That was, like, on my Sturgis trip. So I did a podcast Dallas, and then I shot down to Austin, and then hung out with Mark and did a little service on my bike. Then he told me about the Notches Trace Pass.
Yeah,
From like Notches, Mississippi till Knoxville, Tennessee or something like that. Nashville, Tennessee.
It actually starts down in South Louisiana.
Yeah,
and
it starts
works.
way south. It's a dope road.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
and so he told
And
me
it's,
5 mile
and it's no big trucks on it.
yeah,
Yep.
dude.
But the problem is the cops. The cops are
they
on
bad?
that
I
didn't-
fucking
I didn't-
road
Yeah, I heard the
I've
speed
seen
limit's like 40,
50.
45.
55 max.
440 miles that road was that I was on.
Yeah.
I seen one cop, and it was
Really?
by.
He lucked out.
And it was,
I took
I
that road
rode on
all
a
the
Friday.
time.
and
How
a
was it
Saturday.
though? It's a slow road. Like you're doing like 35, 40 on it or what?
No, it's like a 55 mile
55
an hour.
is
the speed limit.
55.
'Cause that's
55 is the speed
how
limit.
that's how Blue Ridge is. It's like 35 miles an hour in that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh, it's like
Nobody-
a 55 mile an hour
nobody
speed
pays
limit.
attention to that.
But it's like, think of it like a 2-lane highway. Like there's not like you come up to an intersection, there's a light.
Yeah, there's no
It's
stop
like
signs,
every
no lights,
every
like-
intersection that goes over a highway or goes over a road, it's a bridge
It's
or
a
a
bridge,
bridge
yeah.
over.
You have the right of
You're
way.
like riding through some farmers' fields in the like some part of it. And you're like, fuck, dude, I really need gas. And you Google it, and you're like, oh shit, like 500 yards to the west is a Burger King, and I'm riding in their backyard.
Yeah.
But you feel like you're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, I've been wanting
it's
to
a
do
fun
that.
road. We used to we heard stories about it in college because there was when I first
Where
went
were
to
you
college,
at when? Where was the college at? You were
Mississippi
based,
State University,
and that's based out of
Starkville.
where's
So
that close
it's
to?
like the northern part of Mississippi,
So close to like what is that?
north of Jackson. So like if you go northeast of Jackson, that's Starkville.
There's
down
like a
near
t-
down near Tennessee, or
Yeah, I mean like we would go to Alabama was the closest Hooters,
Okay.
and we would go to Memphis. That was like the nearest biggest city.
okay,
You know
so
what
you're
I
like
mean?
northwest.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we heard stories all the time because like right as I started college, some fucking dude got popped in his Lamborghini because he had like some sort of like camera system in the car that would be like night vision. So he would drive down the Talamina running drugs from the south to the north, and he didn't have to have his lights on. And then he fucking smoked a deer or something in his fucking car, and the cops found like all his fucking, all this coke and shit in his car. I was like, well, this highway sounds pretty fun. Like, let's go check this out.
Hell
So
yeah.
like, take this fucking highway. I was like, dude, it's beautiful, and it's definitely not the fastest route to anywhere, but it's like beautiful. And like you said, there's no fucking trucks. It's not allowed for big rigs or any of that shit. It is 2-lane 99% of the fucking time.
Yeah.
But like you can blast around people on fucking double yellows.
That's what
not a big problem.
when we did our Tennessee trip, I remember like everybody was kind of on the edge, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going. If I'm going by myself, I'm going.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna blast out Tennessee, do the Dragon, all that, and I was gonna hit that from Nashville back to I-20.
Yeah.
Nashville to I-20, and then come home.
Yeah, it's a fun road. It's not like the Tail of the Dragon.
Right.
It's not like Talamina, but it's just a beautiful road that
They
has
say the roads are like smooth.
exactly.
Perfect.
It is not like it's not like Louisiana where you're just the whole time. It's an actual fun road to ride on, and there are stops. Even though it looks like there's nothing, if you stop, if you Google search it, there's gas stations.
just right off
there. It's just far enough away to where you can't see it, like off of the trees, because you're literally riding through pine trees most of the fucking time. Like it's fun.
Notches.
And there's good like camping spots along the way.
So how'd you like it though?
Dude, it's probably the best way I can describe it is probably the most peaceful road I ever rode on my life.
Yeah.
Just not a lot
And
of
you
shit.
probably hit
like,
it a good like in the middle of the week, so it was like a
Dude, I hit it on like a Friday. And
Oh,
a
was it
Saturday,
Friday?
Yeah,
like-
it's not a high traveled road because
Right.
it is.
It doesn't really go to anywhere.
It's
It's
not
not like the fastest way
goes,
to-
It goes from somewhere to somewhere, but they build the interstates after, and the interstates are faster. So there's no one traveling that road that's like, this is the shortest route from A to
No,
B.
it's more
Yeah,
like
it's
sightseeing.
a
Exactly.
scenic route.
Yeah.
There's-
It is a
Yeah.
scenic route.
There's
Yeah.
like 100 pull-offs on it. you
Right,
know,
right.
like that, and I'll have like a little sign.
It's like Talamina, but it's a lot longer.
and then
And
it's
not as intricate. Not as intricate
Right,
as
right.
Talamina.
It gets a little bit more intricate up by Nashville area.
Right.
You know, when you start on Mississippi, it's it's not that bad,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like a cool road. We should have a Notches cannonball run.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just start at the beginning and be like, all right,
We'll go to
first,
Memphis and
first
party in
person to do
Memphis.
the first person to make it the 440 miles
Yeah.
fucking wins.
I'm down.
That'd be wild.
Listen,
Dude, that'd be a fucking dude.
the only
this might be the start
downside
of
is I
something.
only got a 5-gallon tank instead of a 6-gallon tank.
And the thing is, it's like there's no gas stations on that road. 440 miles, like there's no like you got to figure it out. So while you're going 100 miles an hour and taking some corners, like you got to Google GPS and be like, there was some of them. Like I pulled over at a gas station. I'm like, the gas pumps, like the readers didn't work, and I was like, I think I have a high chance of getting shitty gas right here. So,
That's
you
what
keep
sucks
that
about-
fucking fuel additive in your saddlebag. You just dump that shit in. You're like, I don't know what that was, but
Yeah, this whole year was crazy though. I mean, like I said, we did so much traveling still, even
Right.
so. You were in Talamina or Tail of the Dragon twice.
yep.
You know what I mean? Plus the big ass Sturgis trip, plus me and your New York trip.
I think you probably did the most riding on anybody I
Yeah.
know this
How many
year.
miles
for
did you do
sure.
this year?
I did over 20K, but that was 5 weeks I was down with a broken knee. So that was in June.
I did right. I didn't think I
You
was
also
gonna.
took a 7,000-mile Sturgis trip when you lived.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many 100 miles from Sturgis?
Yeah.
No, I'm
still
still
1,000 miles
I'm
away.
still like 1,000, 1,100 from Sturgis, I
Okay,
think. So
Yeah, he's
just
about as far as
So
we
like
are.
I made
quadruple the amount of time you
I made a
take it.
2,200 mile trip into a 7,200 mile
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
So.
So I didn't think this year I was gonna do as many miles, and I still hit 20,000 this year. But I'm right at like 20. I started at like 27,000 miles or some shit when I finished out 2019, and I'm at 46 or 7,000. So I might be 19, 18,000 maybe, probably around
Yeah,
there.
I just hit 57,000.
I remember I remember because me and you were in New York the day that my bike turned 2 years old, the day I bought it, and right at that time, I was like, we were sitting at the house doing the podcast with Clems, and I was like 20 miles away from 40,000 miles on the odometer.
Dude, I was so drunk at the end of that that podcast.
Dude, I still
I refuse to listen to
I
it
still
because I'm like, wow, I made a fool.
Dude,
I know I
you
made a
didn't
fool
drop
of
it, did
myself
you?
at the end of that.
So I did drop the cleanse, but I got the second part that we did,
Oh, okay.
where when you ordered all the Taco Bell, you like Uber
you
Eats.
split that part up?
Yeah, it's on. I don't have it on. I have it on the computer. I need to release it, but
Oh, don't release it. No.
Patreon release.
Like, I thought that
Subscribe
part
to
was in it.
Patreon.
Like, I don't know. I just know
it was only
end
like
of
it was like 30 minutes. That's why I never released it, so it wasn't really like worth it.
Woo! Because at the end of it, I was like on DoorDash, and I'm like, I think I ordered like $60 in Taco Bell. No, dude, I had like 7 minutes
Yeah.
to order, so I'm like,
Like
"Quesadilla
10
meal,
party
quesadilla
packs?
meal,
One of
quesadilla
everything.
meal."
Let's go.
And like 5 drinks showed up. I was like, dude, this is the only buttons I can press fast enough to get the order on the way.
Yeah, that was a crazy night. That's when I fell in love with whiskey because I was drinking one of the dudes there's whiskeys and like some kind of ginger ale or some kind of like mix or some shit like that.
Yeah, I remember during that podcast, I was mixing yours and Brian's drinks. Just fucking, I'd go up, they just kept talking. I'd like go, hey, come back 3 more, and I was fucked up by the end of it.
I can't tell you like that whole trip. That for me, that trip to Milwaukee to finally go to Michigan, which I'm glad I finally did that, man.
Yeah.
Because like with you being here now, it's like fuck. I would have never got to see Charlie's shop.
Yeah.
Road. I thought Muskegon was fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Like that little road we ripped.
Hell yeah.
I think
You
Steve's
know?
lying to me. He keeps telling me there's a city called Sheboygans in Michigan.
Sheboygan, it's right
It's-
up by the campground.
I think he's fucking lying to me because I say Sheboygans when something's fucked up. I'm like, Sheboygans, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, that's like me saying, San Antonio. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. There's no way.
It sucks because I did want to go to Detroit and see Clem's there, but it was also equally badass to be able to go to New York.
Me and you, like, we're going to go to New York. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to do an oil change tonight, and we'll figure it out by tomorrow. And then
With
finally,
conventional
like,
You haven't been on the podcast since we did this trip, right?
No.
I don't think you have,
No.
right? Okay, so I was on my way to. I just left Justin and Tony because I left Dallas. I went and ate lunch with Justin and Tony in Little Rock, and I remember right then texting Steve and go. I like said something serious, but I put LOL on the end just in case he was like, "Fuck no."
No, because
You want to take it to your ass tonight?
He
LOL.
just got back.
he already said he was gonna come up and visit us, and I don't know when was the time?
It was September.
September. So
So I
I
said-
knew I was gonna go to V Twin Visionary soon or something like that, and you're like, oh yeah, let's go to New York, you know, whatever for the Indian Larry Block Party. LOL. And I was like, and I read it, and we have iPhones, so like it says he read it, and I ignored it.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do it, but I don't want to commit
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
'Cause- yeah.
Yeah, and I struggled with the entire time because I remember, after the motor got installed and I hit the ferry across the lake. When I saw you, I think we were talking about it that night too because we were doing that podcast with Charlie and shit. And I was like,
Yeah.
"What are we gonna do?" And
I'm like-
I was like, "I need to go home. I can't do this. I gotta go. I just did Sturgis for 2 weeks. I can't fucking go ride to New York. Blah blah blah." And so,
You can't leave. You're the
leave.
guy running the show. Who's
Let's
on?
talk more anyway.
Okay, we're going to talk.
So, but no. So what? After the thing, we did that, and then because you hit me up, or either you were talking to Brian or I was talking to Brian.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think we both were, and he said, I can do it if you're here Wednesday night, but Wednesday night was when I was gonna be hitting the ferry across, so I was in
Yeah.
your part of Michigan
The
at the
timing
time.
was just barely off.
Yeah. And so, dude, I remember waking up that morning. I was taking a shower down there. And actually, I went down there to take a shit, actually. And then I was, like, trying to get the courage to not ask my wife, but tell her I'm going.
Oh, shit. Oh,
there we
shit.
go.
Look at this shot, Connor.
There we
No. But I asked her.
I asked her
It was more like
forcefully.
it was like, babe,
If you're okay with it, I'm going to New York.
Whether you're okay with it or not, I'm going, but I really hope you're okay with it.
Yeah.
it was just like, it was crazy because me and Steve woke up and then he didn't know, I didn't know. We were either leaving to go to Indianapolis. We were going to do the Baker podcast no matter what. But I didn't know if after Baker we're going to go to New York or we going to fucking Indianapolis to go do the podcast with the HPI again, which we've been trying to do since the last podcast, which the bike got stolen at. But
Bad taste in your mouth. You know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't want to shit on them too bad over there.
No,
'cause
them
they-
inside
it's
this time.
nothing to do with them. Just
But, I mean, it was just like it's honestly one of my most favorite trips I've ever had in my life. For one, it was amazing because I was riding parts of the country I've never ridden before, and it's a little surreal. I mean, like I said, meeting you at a camp out a couple years ago, and then all this stuff that everybody in this room has built over the last 4 years, basically, in this big fucking scene of dudes that are into the same shit. Like, you ripped to a camp out by yourself to us.
1,000 miles in a day through the rain.
We all were stoked, and then from that day on, next thing you know, 2 months later, you're staying at my house. You flew down, and then we just did all fucking Colorado, all that shit together. And then now I'm like, fuck, man, I'm going through fucking Ohio, and Steve's right there. I'm like, this is badass.
Yeah, but we're sitting here like, fuck, we're going the speed limit through Ohio. Because I told fucking Jace, I was like, dude, when you get to Ohio sucks. I was like, you're going to see cops on the side of the road. I was like, as much as I want to go like 90, I was like, just let's, 7 over maybe, you know, like just keep it to that. And he's like, hey, you want to just like, we can stop at like the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, whatever, because we did the podcast with Baker. Didn't get on the road towards New York till 4 p.m.
4, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, all right, we'll make as much ground. And it was like, we went through Ohio, did all that, and it's like the moment we hit PA, and it's dark.
It's dark.
And I was like, time to turn it up.
Dude,
we turned it right up
fucking ripped, dude.
We turned it right up to like 95, 100, but when we were going through Ohio, I just seen cop, and they'd sit on the side of the road in the middle, like they hide really good. Hit PA, and then he's like, have to get gas, and then it's like, you want to do another gas tank? I'm like, I'm down. Like, if you want to roll into fucking New York at 4 a.m., like, dude, that city is lit up and it's dope. So you want to roll in there during the day or you want to roll in there at night?
I can't imagine riding into New York at night, like with all the lights and all the
if
fucking
you've
buildings
never
lit up.
been-
It has to be
if
fucking
you've never
insane.
been to New York and the ride in, it's kind of crazy because
That's
it's like
pretty
you're in New Jersey and it's like kind of mountainous and you're like whatever, and it's like you just make this turn and it's like
Bam.
boom, city just right there,
Dude,
and it just goes.
See, I've
and
never
it goes.
drove. I've
It's so
flown into New
surreal,
York.
man. It
Like,
really is.
Yeah,
Flying over it was surreal, but I can't imagine like riding into New
Yeah,
York. Like,
and
it has
it's
to
like,
be
especially when you're
ungodly.
on a bike and you're paying attention, not just sitting in a car and
Yeah.
playing on your phone. You're like, are we there yet? Like when you're on a bike and you're paying attention and Jace is almost getting hit by fucking Jeeps.
I'm all trying to take pictures. I'm taking pictures of fucking Steve. He's YouTubing me, and I'm fucking taking pictures, and I almost fucking fell
Dude, you almost
into
got smoked.
Yeah, dude.
But then it was like, we went and seen
It's when you know about that though. It's like it's funny how like I have a helmet on with a fucking gold visor and shit, but you knew what my face looked like underneath it. Like, you know what I mean? So it was pretty dope.
But it's like we see New York. So I went the year before in a car to Indian Larry's. My fucking shit was broke.
Yeah.
So I went in a car. Dude, the fucking traffic there was not as bad as it was the year before. So
COVID.
you visited fucking New York during COVID.
Yeah.
So if you go back within the next 5 years, you're gonna be like, holy shit, how different is this?
We're gonna be back next year. We're doing.
How was some of that riding with them guys? And
My goal is to
New
go.
York.
You know,
So
I want to go.
here's the thing, like I've always been a huge fan of California and just going west because there's so much about California culture
Motorcycle
that's
culture,
always
yeah,
it's not even just the motorcycle, it's the skateboard before I was into this.
Yeah.
It's just everything. California's always been the hub for
used to be.
yeah. Now it's us. Here we go.
Yeah.
There you go. So, but New York has always been a huge city, and there's so much. It's the other hub. I mean, in my book, it's probably, if I've never been to L.A. or New York, I probably would have always picked L.A. first, just because of so much culture there with entertainment and shit like that. Like movies, music, things like that. But dude, I grew up on basketball, man. All those little basketball parks, Rucker Park, Coney Island, all these places. I was dreaming of one day playing basketball at these places when I was in high school, and it was weird because we were hanging out in Coney Island, and I'm like, holy shit, I finally fucking got to Coney Island, but I'm on a bike hanging out with FXR fucking dirt bags.
Dude, like you roll into New York and it's a fucking different world. Like we stayed my buddy Pete last year and everything. His house in the morning, and he's like, "Hey, you want a coffee?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, figured he had a coffee pot at his house, and it's like, "No, all right, let's go walk and get one." It was like, go from his house and you walk, and like 100 or 1,000 foot away, it's like, "Oh, the coffee shop." And then I'm like, "Oh man, I probably need some sunscreen." He's like, "Oh, we'll go to the pharmacy." You walk 2 doors down,
definitely
and then
need
it's
sunscreen.
like, and then it's like, "Oh, you're hungry." It's like, "Oh, we'll go to the deli over across the street." And it's like, some of those people like don't even need a car because
Yeah, a
everything
lot of
is
people in
within
New York
walking
don't even own a
distance.
car.
Yeah.
But it's like you're going through New York and it's like pizza place, and then it's like half mile down the road, pizza place, half mile down the road, pizza place. But it's like that place just serves that circle, and then it's like that circle, and it's wild.
Small
as
little
Blocks
ecosystems,
and
basically.
blocks.
dude,
Yeah.
it's so wild how different it is.
I'm not gonna lie though, like so we were pulling in, we were making that long because we stopped at the pizza spot that everybody recommended us go to, and from there we were smashing with homeboy. What was his name?
Dude, that round pizza was still good. They said
was delicious,
They said
yeah.
we needed the square pizza. The round pizza was great.
What the fuck
But-
is the difference? The way
I
they
don't
cut
know
it?
how shape
Dude,
dictates
I
the
like
pizza.
I
That's
I
a
Whatever,
said
square
you know what
pizza
I
was
mean?
apparently like a different like
that was the one you had to get, but I don't know
It's a
the
different
round
type of
pizza that we
bread?
got was fucking
yeah, it's like
great.
thicker or something like that, but more Italian.
Burritos
seasoned.
and tacos, they're both
Yeah.
delicious.
They
You know?
fucked those up.
But you know, we got to the spot, we got set up, and we went to meet all the dudes at that bar. That was dope. But that dude Chris, the tattoo guy,
Yeah,
I fucking nerded out about that guy. He was like a rad dude to me. Like he's a tattoo dude, FXR guy. He was building a Defender Dyna in his garage. We went to his house that morning, and we're sitting out, and he's got this like cool little 1-car garage. He's got a lift, and he's got this wall of magazines. They're all like Japanese hot bikes and street choppers, and they're all like, I'm like in fucking heaven looking at these magazines. And it's like I'm looking around like, dude, this is like the man cave that I love. All this bike culture, and he's just into so much shit. He's into music. It's just like, I'm like, dude, you're like my hero, bro. It's what I'm feeling
Are
like.
you my spirit animal?
Yeah. And then like he's got a fucking pig in there in his backyard.
dude, he had a potbelly pig.
What the
Yeah, it had tusks too, so it's like kind of wild but not quite. And then he got his bagels.
Hey, wait. Bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper. Damn it, I fucked it up. I always fuck it up. Bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup on a gutted toasted bagel. That's like
The other
dark as
dude,
fuck right
the other
there.
dude, I ended up. I just absolutely love this dude. Is the dude that was SSSNY?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
SSNY.
fucking,
What's his name? Chris or
That's a pretty generic name to throw out.
No, it's
Chris?
no, it's
Chris
Instagram
guy, you know?
SSNY66.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
no.
I can't. He was on the podcast a little bit with us.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
hung
the
out
guy
with him.
with
So,
that accent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
dude.
hilarious.
He is so fucking rad, dude. I could. I love that dude. He's so.
That guy had me crack
We
up.
go to New York this on our big trip this year. If I don't do a podcast with that dude,
We gotta stop and see him.
dude, yeah, dude, they're fun, man. Being around those guys.
I'm excited. So like we're supposed to, lock down fucking everything permitting, but we're supposed to go to New York for the FXR Jam. But then my cousin's getting married in Boston this year. And so I
shit.
talked to Chris Harry. I'm like, hey man, I'm supposed to they're like outside of Boston. I'm like, hey, I'm supposed to fly into Boston. He's like, dude, fly in. I got a bike for you. You can do whatever you want. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm gonna pull up to this wedding. I'm
And
wearing
the tux
Chris's
on a bike.
doing the fucking FXRs. Just
it wasn't on
blah,
his
Didn't say,
Instagram. I can't fucking think of it. Like
It's like on
because
Simpson.
I partied with him in Sturgis and everything.
He's an FXR dude, like a solid.
No, I know. I
The
know the
dude's
Instagram
ridden
tag
all
for sure.
over the fucking
I
country.
know the
you
Instagram
what I mean?
tag for sure. I
Yeah.
have no clue who you're talking.
But he's so
about.
fucking funny, man. Like that New York accent.
Yeah.
It's like
You guys want?
Fucking wicked awesome.
we're going crabbing, man.
Yeah,
Let's
I was
go.
like, yeah, you guys want to go crabbing? They fucking went off and like tried to catch crabs in the middle of our fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Like we're all like,
They
all
come
right,
back,
All
we're
right,
still
bros,
talking.
you guys
Yeah.
gonna be loud, and they're like that, and they're going like the house that we're Airbnb-ing had like a downstairs tenant, and like they knocked on the door, and he's like, hey man, you got a fucking net so we can go do some crabbing and shit. Like,
Dude, I loved it out there, man.
it was so great.
All those dudes, man. That whole experience and like being there and being a part of like the Clem's, being
Yeah.
a part of Clem's crew
Hospitality.
with Danny Scott, that's his name. Yeah. So being there with Danny in his hometown, that ride, me, you, Clem's, and the other cats that were all from Michigan, we all left and we rode to meet up with Danny at that McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Now, what happened after we met up at that McDonald's, the riding that took place from there to Indian Larry Block Party.
Dude, I filmed it, and I was like, I ain't putting this on
Dude,
my YouTube.
I'll put it on mine.
I was like, I ain't putting this on my YouTube.
That
was fucking lawlessness.
That was some real fucking
Like, wrong way.
Teeth hitting the pavement.
yeah.
Probably have to ride like that up there.
Wrong ways down one ways, freaking.
Wrong ways
Just
down
like,
one ways.
oh yeah, dude,
Sounds
like
like
that.
We were like-
hopping
sounds like a Wednesday
curbs.
night.
Dude. I was in the back, fucking banging wheelies and shit. Like I didn't care.
This is the
what
first
about
time.
What about that fucking detour that we took through the parking
Yeah,
lot?
so I
like
was
they're
against
like,
it.
oh, we know where we're going. You're like going down the road and you turn the
This
parking
dude,
lot.
so we're going so balls to the wall, and mind you, I just now hit the mark where I can get on the motor. So I'm fucking coming off the ground. Yeah, I was fucking babying all the way there.
Yeah.
So like I'm hitting these fucking, I'm coming around the corner and we're hitting it, and then it's coming off the ground and all this crazy shit. But no, I felt like I was in Grand Theft Auto trying to get rid of all these fucking stars.
dude,
It was 5 stars and the fucking everybody.
How many was us? There was like 9 of us.
There was 9 of
10
us. We were cutting through docks. I'm from Dallas. We don't have docks here, bro.
Oh shit!
Dude, I'm telling you, like
when I go to Houston, I see all the fucking the big fucking like shipping places with the
Yeah.
anchors that are bigger than a fucking truck. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's like we
hell
would
yeah.
literally take a left and go through a parking lot that's like a dock / area right on the river. And we're fucking doing 70 miles through a parking lot to get to the next road that nobody stops to see if cars are coming.
oh
out
yeah,
of. We're
you
just
just
like,
you just followed right through. Just they banged
So,
through it.
as,
And,
as long as the person in front of you is going, you just follow that person.
guess you're good.
and then what was dope though is that being with Danny though, like as we pulled into the Indian Larry Block Party, we had
dude, I
instant
felt
access to go right into
I
the middle.
felt
Danny
so
is-
fucking cool.
Danny is hilarious.
He's a funny
one of the
motherfucker,
greatest
too, yeah.
motherfuckers you've ever met. That guy is so.
Why didn't you
such
guys tell
good
me I had a
people.
fucking margarita rim on my nose? When I'm talking like, God.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we're having some fun. Maybe just a little bit too much fun.
Danny's
That's
such
a pretty good accent.
But that's him though.
Yeah, I know.
100%.
Danny's the greatest guy on the fucking planet.
Just a little
dude.
time I was around him
Y'all
in
want a shot of
Sturgis
Jameson?
at the FXR show. I was tripping. He was fucking making everybody.
He's so
laugh.
Dude,
happy
he is-
too.
he is-
around on the bikes. Like you could see, like being around him the last 2 years at the FXR show in Sturgis, but then also seeing him.
Yeah, you missed the fucking drag shows where he shows up. He
Oh, I
shows
didn't
up
see
in
him.
Yeah, he shows up in Louisville every year. Like,
Oh,
it's-
that'd be wild.
dude. It is
Lawlessness,
listen,
right?
Oh, dude, like
it is-
Louisville?
there are no laws. When we're all together in Louisville. It is
Yeah, Louisville
fucked.
last year, like with Brian from Clems was there, and Danny D, fucking Mark, and then we're with King Tony and
Trask, Nick Trask.
fucking Nick Trask. Dude, he was loving it at the body shop. We're trying to throw and shoot some hoops up into
Dude,
some
this
some
strip
coops.
club is set up so fucking terrible. So you walk in, and the DJ is like right on your left as you walk in. And then you walk to the fucking bar, but the stage is behind the bar. So to tip the girls on stage, you have to throw your fucking money across the bar's walk
Or-
space with
or
all the
make-
coolers and everything at these fucking strippers. dude.
Or make paper airplanes.
Yeah, we dude, like
The footballs.
Yeah, dude. They
it
were
was
like,
so
they'd be
shitty.
They'd be
And
sitting
they-
back and pulling it out and giving you like a fucking thing to score
yeah,
in.
literally, no fucking joke. It's like they pull
like-
their panties out and you're like trying to throw them in their fucking G-string. Like it was.
Do they just have like
hilarious.
some weird laws that are going on out there where you
Dude,
can't be that close
no,
to
no,
stage?
no. It was,
No, it's
that
just
was
this-
how this bar set up. Like the stage was built
It was
behind the
literally-
fucking bar.
It was literally the shittiest strip club. We called it the shitty titty.
Dude, it was. There was one dancer that looked like Mike Wazowski from fucking Monsters Inc. I'm not joking, you dude. Huge body, tiny fucking legs, head, no neck, fucking whatsoever. She walked
afro.
after, huge
afro.
afro. She walked up afterwards. You want to tip me for my dance? Like, nah, bitch, get the fuck away from me. That was terrible.
Put that one up.
bitch.
Some people may or may not have ended up licking the wall of the strip club.
Oh god. You
That was
definitely
such
immune to
a-
corona.
that
That
was-
is
dude,
exactly. This is February. The Corona
Dude,
hit.
after weekends like
They
that,
fucking
like,
mutated that shit, dude.
dude, after weekends like that, it was like probably a good thing that Corona hit just to calm us the fuck down a bit.
Yeah, dude, it went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick in Louisville. It was bad. We walked to a fucking Whataburger, all of a sudden strippers
Cody's
are picking people
literally
up on the
wishing
fucking
he
side
was
of the road.
Oh yeah.
No, was that? That was no. White
No,
Castle.
White Castle. Yeah, no, we walked to a White Castle.
I walked to a White
I've
Castle
never
with
been to a
Mark,
White
and
Castle.
he didn't go home from there. Somebody picked him up.
We had some ladies may or may not pick people up at the White Castle.
I'm like trying to order food from inside.
Mark's out there. You're like, are y'all hookers? Hookers?
I got-
hookers. Walking.
Her
working,
boyfriend
walking.
did show
Well,
up in the
we-
morning. It
we,
was
uh,
really
Can
awkward.
I buy you a burger?
there was a second strip club that we went to, and freaking we shut it down.
That was way nicer, dude. I was so pissed. So we walk into the strip club and they give us tickets for like win a bottle of fucking booze, and I'm like,
after
all
they
right, we're gonna-
charged you a $25
Dude, it
cover.
was expensive to get in. So like, we get in as soon as we sit down. Like, oh, we're announcing the winner. I'm like, God damn it, we ain't gonna fucking win. We just got in this motherfucker. This is bullshit. That they call my fucking number. That won a fucking bottle of booze. I'm like, all right, I guess that's gonna be a fucking
That
great
seems
night.
like some fucking. That seems like some goddamn Vegas strip club shit. Like, hey man, I got right now free limo rides to the thing.
So
they're just
we,
trying to keep
we
you
were
in
at
there.
the same strip
Yeah.
club the night before, and like whatever the fuck they were giving away, I forget what it was called, but it was
Herpes.
No,
No, it was like a bottle.
that was free. Okay,
It was like a bottle
They
of
give it
whiskey.
away.
It was a bottle of whiskey, and when he said it what it was a $1,500 bottle of whiskey.
Wow.
And like I googled it when I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's a fucking $1,500 bottle of whiskey. And then the second night, because we had to go back.
had to.
had to go back.
Very important.
I left my wallet.
Yeah.
Forgot to pay my tab.
Mark wins that bottle of whiskey. And I'm like, wow, this.
Damn, you want a
this is a-
$1,500
Yeah.
bottle of whiskey?
No. Mark wins
I
the
want, like,
bottle of
the
whiskey on the
shitty
second
bottle of
day,
whiskey.
and I was
Like
like,
an $80
"Wow, that one's
bottle.
$80." And we're like sitting there. I'm like, I'm popping the top.
That's
fucking
still
doing
pretty
it.
good
I'm
bottle of
like,
whiskey.
Yeah,
Dude,
man,
it was an epic trip. You missed a great fucking.
dude, I would. I mean,
I still have a ticket from Kentucky from that one.
hey.
I got pulled over on the way home. Fucking-
Dude, I've had a
Still in that
warrant
one.
in Oklahoma for like 7 years.
It,
Well,
I
they
think it's
probably-
gone away.
Three
They
more
probably
years
forgot
ago, go
about
away,
it.
right?
They probably
No,
forgot
well,
about
no.
it.
Is it 10?
I last time I looked this up because I think I have a warrant in Texas.
I do now, but you know,
Fucking since 2009. But
Fucking
since
8.
But since
forgot to
you're
pay a speeding ticket.
But since you were already charged, there's no statute of limitations. Statute of limitations goes on if they don't charge you, since you were already convicted of speeding or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just unpaid fine, and it won't ever go away,
Huh.
according to my
Super
research.
excited.
No, so like if I get pulled over, like I think I owe some county.
I mean, we only did like 110, 120 the whole way up here, so.
You know what? When you go from Austin to Dallas, the cops are pretty predictable. Like the areas, it's like the areas where they kind of like.
The problem wasn't
Yeah.
the cops. The
Wake
problem was
up.
the fucking assholes on the road, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, what about
you
that
guys.
fucking
Spot in Waco still
Billy
fucked
Billy
up. ain't it?
Badass
Yeah,
on the way out
Billy
here
Badass is
in
rent a cop
fucking
fucking outfit, sitting there fucking. We're doing like 95, 100 miles an hour. This dude fucking flies up between us, pulls like Steve's not like right next to me. He's like we're
on a
going
road
down-
trip. Like,
yeah,
I don't need to stay 5 foot off you on a road trip. Like,
dude fucking
if I
swerves
roll
in
back 3
between
foot,
us and starts fucking hauling ass on my fucking bumper. I'm like, when the fuck is Steve gonna blast around this guy? And finally, like, Steve's blast around him, and we're fucking riding through a construction zone. Homeboy flips his fucking. He has like lights on top of his fucking car, but they're all red. There's no blue. All fucking red. No, like we drove
driving a
past his
fucking
car.
Ford
He has
Escape.
a fucking a vanity tag. No fucking markings on his car, so I know he's not a fucking cop. Flips his fucking lights on. I'm like, fuck you, asshole. Like, brake check this dude at fucking 90 miles an hour, almost slam into his fucking car, and then take off fucking ripping down the fucking center lane. Like, you ain't gonna fucking catch me in your fucking shitty ass car. Like, fuck off, dude. Like, I have no clue what this dude's fucking problem was, but he was like hella fucking pissed. Steve and I were
Probably
just
a biker banged his wife.
Maybe.
yes, man.
Well, overall, do you guys feel like I mean, like I said, we ended 2020 pretty hard. I mean, we did the
Dude,
trip.
we started
Then
2020
you did.
hard.
You both of you guys did the V Twin Visionary weekend.
I went to both of y'all's trips. You went on one trip, you went on one trip, and I got to see both of y'all. I was happy because I hadn't done shit all year
I
long.
went hard all of 2020.
When you came to the camp, the down south camp out, like that shit was. It was weird because like I felt like I should have been more excited when you pulled up because, you know, we're just.
What about when?
But it's
fucking-
like I was already so drunk. I was like, I kind of figured you'd do some shit like this.
That's what happens, you know. Mark says he's not gonna show up,
Yeah.
and then at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, hey guys, I'm here.
Dude, that's like the Fast Life camp out there when I'm like,
That
come
one
on, Mark,
time
and
he
I
didn't
tried
say
to like
anything.
guilt trip him into
That
it.
was
It's like,
that was 2.
Yeah.
They
Well,
did that,
see,
yeah.
here's the thing. I told Tony, so
Yeah.
Tony didn't tell you guys
Yeah.
because
So-
Tony called me halfway there. He's like, "Where are you?" And I like played him on for like we were like, I'm riding my bike, he's riding his bike, talking on our fucking headsets, and he didn't know I was riding. And so finally, I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm on my way. Like I'm in."
Well,
fucking
we had heard on the trip we were out there going. We heard that you know you made it because I think I texted you and you were with Zombie Mike.
Yeah. So
And-
I left on my FXR that I hadn't built the fucking motor on.
Yeah.
And so I get like 100.
And I saw the video, the fucking
Yeah,
handbolt.
I get like 120 miles outside of fucking Houston, north of Houston, and all of a sudden I fucking hear this noise. And I go, "What the fuck is that?" And I like stop at a fucking abandoned gas station because of COVID, and I look and my fucking head bolt is bouncing on the inside, hitting the fucking inner rocker box of my fucking this FXR I bought, and I'm like, "Well, fuck, this trip's fucked. Like I still got fucking 800 miles to go. Like I ain't making it." And so I call Mike, and Mike said his fucking place. He's like, "Yeah, dude, if you can fucking get here, like, we'll figure out something. Like, we'll either tear the motor apart or whatever." And so I fucking limp it back into Mike's place, and he's like, "Listen, I got tools if you want to rip it apart, but I don't know what's broke. So it's up to you." And I said, "Nah, man, if you know someone that can get me to Austin, I'll just go back to Austin." So he had some guy from fucking New Zealand, of all places, like, drive me back to Austin, and didn't look at the motor, didn't fucking do shit. Sitting there, I'm staring at my fucking Road Glide. It's got 120,000 fucking miles on it. I go, like, maybe that bike will make it. Like, let me just, like, hadn't prepped it, hadn't done an oil change for fucking ever. Like, I'll just jump on this bike and go, you know?
Yeah.
Blasted the whole way out there from Austin all the way to fucking whatever the fuck it is.
You showed up.
Ingle. How do you say
Inglis.
the fucking name?
Inglis.
Inglis. So
You
showed
made it
up-
Friday night, right?
I made it the night of the camp out started. I left
Friday
at
night,
like
yeah.
I left at like 7 o'clock, 6:30 that morning, and fucking just rode the whole way. Like, didn't even fucking go into a gas station the entire time. Literally, just like
Just-
Gas up and go.
like gas up and go, gas up and go, gas up and go. Just because I was like, I want to be there before everybody fucking passes out.
Yeah.
Did you get any tickets on the way?
No, not that day. The day before I did. That's the one that I might have a fucking.
So when you showed up to the thing and it was that Friday night, and but how it was like 1 a.m. or something
It
like
was
that.
yeah, it was like midnight or 1 something. It was
Yeah, because I
great.
remember as soon as we got there, we went to that fucking bar. We were talking about it on the podcast with him yesterday, and we were at the bar. You know, like it was the first time I ever met Mark from Big Trouble and those guys,
Yeah.
and you know Justin was basically Mark's son. Basically, it was a fucking
Well,
wild.
Mark and Justin are fucking father and son.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I dye my beard in Big Trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Norton and
I dyed
Justin.
my beard.
Hey, should we start calling Justin Little Trouble?
Big trouble, little trouble, you know?
Lil.
L-I-L, like a rapper.
Dude, I'm turning red. I can feel it.
Yeah.
You know the
I
time when
think
you,
he's coming tonight. That's
He's about
where
to
you,
be, he's
you
about to be
laugh,
Ghost Rider.
dude. You laugh so hard that you lose vision. Like that just happened.
Yeah. You have to put some sunscreen on the laugh, bro.
White people problems.
It's getting hot in here. Fucking Steve's about to burst into
Burn
flames.
down them lights. She's gonna get suntan.
Man,
Dude, that was a great fucking time though.
It was.
Like, it was totally different than your camp out. But like, I had a fucking
I feel like you heard that
blast.
How can you guys compare it to my camp out?
huh?
How can
Who's
you
been
compare it
who,
to my camp
who's been
out?
to Steve's camp out? Anybody?
Oh, all right.
I've been to all of them.
Asshole.
Man,
In your truck.
so how's that gonna go now?
nah, just,
How's it gonna? I grew up in fucking Michigan. I could still have a Michigan camp out. July. What?
Fair.
Let's announce it right now.
Fucking poser.
Because, dude, fucking this last year, like when I threw the camp out and shit, I'd never called the campground or anything. I just
You're
kind
so
of showed.
professional.
Dude, so many people like showed up. They're like, "Oh, we're having a camp out this weekend." I'm like, "Yeah, I got people coming from Texas and stuff." Like, dude, fucking Wyoming. Like, we were all over the place. Where we at? Utilities. All right, calendar. Steve's camp out is gonna be. How about July 16 or we'll say July 15 so you can show up on Thursday night. to the 18th.
Quaint zone. What is it? Quaint zone.
413?
Your Wi-Fi?
431.
3-1.
All right. Steve's the up north camp out. Third one.
I'm not seeing that.
July 16th to 18th. 15th is optional.
If you're traveling a long ways, be there 15th.
Yeah, well, if you're traveling
or-
short
or-
ways,
or-
be there on the 15th.
Yeah,
but
I
since
guess.
I'm coming
Long
from
way,
Texas
16th,
now,
Yeah.
Friday.
like I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna be there on the 15th. I'm not gonna leave like the 14th or 13th. So. But Michigan camp
Once
out,
again, won't be
still
able to
gonna
make it. Right before Sturgis.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't be a bitch.
it's tough.
Do I look like I make money?
Do I look like I have
Yeah.
money? Dude, no, I was on all these trips this year, and people were like, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" I'm like, "What the fuck, you a cop?"
I got 2 bills. Yeah, well, I mean, like that is, I mean, when you want to travel a lot, you know, like you're able to do. I mean, like I said, your overhead in life is low,
And-
right?
and that's a
But
per-
he also
that's a
set
person.
it up that way though.
Yeah.
like,
Right.
like
Yeah.
you can't hate.
Yeah,
on
you
it.
have to
Like,
set it up that
you know,
way.
I seen people like, oh, it must be nice to be able to take a fucking 7,000-mile trip, and I go, he set his fucking life up that way. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't have a shitty fucking girlfriend. He doesn't have a fucking.
Don't
He
have
doesn't have a
kids.
girlfriend. He doesn't have a car.
Listen,
he doesn't have a job.
I ain't saying
He's
he
got
ain't
the perfect
fucked.
life.
I ain't saying he ain't fucking good bitches because he's fucking bitches, all right? But
Just
he set his
fucking
life
bit.
up to fucking be able to do shit
Yeah.
and not have somebody like tie him down, like have payments and shit like
Right,
that.
right.
You know?
I pull out.
I tried that way until I
shit that we're
fucking got
jealous
a
of.
stripper. Like sometimes you gotta bust it out a stripper. Like it just happens that way.
Got to keep strippers away from Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Sweet.
telling you about Louisville. I went to fucking White Castle and I didn't go fucking. He didn't walk back to the hotel. He's like, "Hey, I got a different ride." And I'm like,
Hey, I'm
All
going
right,
with
bro.
these. I'm going with these
Put 2 and 2
questionable
together.
individuals
Yeah.
over here.
If I don't
They
show
have
up in the morning,
OnlyFans if anybody's interested.
put out an Amber Alert.
"They were OnlyFans before OnlyFans were OnlyFans."
Dude, I wish I could have OnlyFans.
No, you guys want to subscribe to it? That's Chamberlin 5150. I show butthole pics.
Show them spokes.
So this is where the podcast gets quiet because Jace just
Jace
walked
leaves.
away with like no topic.
No topic.
Cody,
What?
plans for
How
20
fast is your soft tail? Are we gonna have a soft tail race?
I don't know.
Oh, somebody
not-
didn't
my-
ride a fucking bike here.
Speedometer only
Why
goes
you
to
so
130.
proud?
Every bit of that. That's all I know.
Did yours cut out 125? Dude, I got a problem. I did some data logs on the way here for DynoJet because like no matter I've got my speed limiter set to 255 kilometers per hour, which is like 160
Oh, you fucking
miles per
Canadian.
hour.
All right, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's just what they set the fucking limit to. And so, but for whatever reason, I'll be pegged at 100%. As soon as I hit 120, like 4, the throttle position drops to like fucking 48. And I go, what the fuck? Like, this is fucking horseshit. The bike's still pulling at 124. Like,
Yeah, I don't have no cutout.
We were riding down here and everything. I knew he was probably doing some data logs, but I was still like, all right, finally going to turn it up. We can go 120 mile an hour pace. And he's like, oh, I was just doing, I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, I thought we were just traveling this fast.
That
We don't-
flash tune you did on my bike, even though I put a thundermax on it since, it's still in there, right?
No.
I don't know. I still got it on my computer.
No, I'm saying like the throttle. You know how you open the throttle response up to,
No,
you
that
gotta
would
do
be- that'd all be in your
no,
factory
that
ECM.
all got- yeah.
That would
You have a
change
different
the-
computer on there now.
but it still feels the same. It feels better actually. But
There you go. Thundermax. Use offer code FastLife. Save you 10% off. There you go.
I don't know. It still feels like when I give it all.
I'm
like
sure
it's
they have
there.
theirs turned down from the factory, if I had to guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
get
what's
you.
what's Thundermax gonna do with the 2021 bikes?
yeah, they
See, have
changed everything.
They have dude, they have a whole new ECM that they came in the new bike. New
So
touring bikes.
there's I was
With the
talking.
OBD2,
They
right?
put everything on hold. The heads-up display. They like put everything on back burner to work on these new bikes with that fucking ABS shit.
Apparently,
Not
yeah.
Oh,
You know, it's
fuck.
like
the rides.
RDD is.
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
they were
Shit's
they've been working on the
pussy shit.
That's so
2020
stupid.
AB or
They better offer it without it.
what's the other stuff that they just came out with on the road
Oh,
lads?
RDRS.
RDRS.
What's that?
That's where it fucking doesn't spin your
Ride.
tire.
It gets your
Like,
it gets your it
Yeah, like
that
if you're
takes the
leaning, it
angle.
goes a
Ride
little
dumb,
far
ride
out.
smart.
It's fucking stupid. Some gay shit.
It's like a
Like
traction
ABS
control.
that you
It's for
don't
fucking
need.
idiots.
Yeah.
Is
So
what it is.
they've been working with the traction control situation with the computers.
Right.
That way it continues to work correctly with their computers, right? And they've had hell with it. Now, I was talking to Jake and the dudes over at thundermax just the other day, and they said that they're on the fence. If they do this, he said, if they go this route with the new system, we're golden. If they go this route, it's going to be a hell for them. So I don't know which route was the
Thundermax, if you're watching right now, I'd love to try one of your systems out on one of our bikes. I'm just going to throw that out there. But nobody in Texas wants to run Thundermax except for Jace, and Jace doesn't bring his bike to Texas to get tuned. He takes it to fucking Wisconsin. So,
Well, fucking Wisconsin, man. Got to go all the way up there to get my bike dialed in.
no, you haven't brought your bike to me in fucking 2 years. That's why your bike wasn't dialed in. You're like,
Your
everything works
your
the way
wait
it
time is like
should.
my helmet wait time, bro.
It's like 6 months,
Hey.
12 months.
With
No,
me
I'm
being
just
down at a shop, working on getting that to be better. So
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
The turnaround time has gotten better since Steve got there.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
I have a
We're
question that I wanted to ask you. I guess we can do it on the podcast.
yeah.
I was just gonna
9 inches.
Like I'm at 24,000. How big is it? But I'm at 24,000 miles now on my Softail, and
trade it in.
what? Fuck that.
He has
But
another bike
what-
he can't get rid of.
Main
How
maintenance
big
do
of a
I need
wheel
to do
can I put
before
on
this year's traveling season?
I mean, so
Like,
the
is
way
there-
the way I set everything up, and it's why my services cost a little more than like the dealership.
Dude, every time I put my bike on the lift, he makes me feel bad.
I
Yeah,
know, 'cause
that's
he-
why I don't want to take it down there.
He's gonna check
He's like,
every
"Oh,
fucking
oh,
nut
yeah.
and bolt.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this? You seen that?
Oh.
Yes!
You
Leave me
used-
alone!
You used a 13 millimeter on this fucking quarter-inch right here, or no, this half-inch bolt right here. I can tell you like rounded the edge a little bit, so we're gonna have to replace that.
Yeah, I mean, I give him.
He's
a good
very
look over.
thorough.
You
Yeah,
know, I give him
right.
a good look over. But I mean, the 2,500 miles.
But do you do the same thing when you find the new vagina? Do you like test it all out first, pull the lifts aside, and just be like, no, well, you got a little,
it's
little,
like-
your
little
leg-
wear over here.
Your labia is
I
a
do
little
the high-low jump in a
large,
new
but
vagina. You know,
It's
like,
like, oh,
high,
fuck it.
high altitude, low opening. You know, halo jump.
Halo.
High altitude, low opening.
But no, I mean, like, so 2,500 miles is like engine oil change.
I do
every
all that
2,500.
basically. I'm just thinking like any like.
I mean that's
there-
like,
if you pull the
I-
fucking-
I check that shit every 5,000. So like Harley over the past 20 fucking years has every year reduced what they say a 5,000 mile service is. So like if you go back to 2000, 1999, 1998, like a 5,000 mile service, they checked everything.
Really?
And they haven't made a better quality product, but what they do is they say, "Oh, you don't have to change this at 5,000. You don't have to check this at 5,000. You don't have to check this." And so they've knocked back that service price. They haven't made a better quality product, but what they've done is
Trying to keep it cheaper.
they've advertised a lower cost of ownership
Right.
because they state that, "Oh, your transmission oil, yeah, that's good for 20,000 miles. Fuck you.
Right.
You're a fucking piece of shit if you think
Right,
it'll last
right,
20,000 miles." You know what I mean? So
my basic question, I guess, is not besides fluids. I do that, every
yeah,
three.
I mean it's just checking shit. Like it depends
neck
on how hard
bearings,
you are.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
neck
Neck
bearings,
bearings, wheel bearings,
fork
like, it all
oil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just gotta check.
And which-
it's,
that-
it's all about competency and looking at it and understanding what bad looks like and understanding what good looks like.
I mean,
And
if
then
I'm
that's it.
if I'm not having any issues, do I need to like pull my fucking primary cover off and inspect my clutch or?
I mean,
It wouldn't hurt to like check
It's-
out the shoe.
yeah,
and-
it's not a terrible idea to check shit out. Like, especially if you've been hard on it and it's like wintertime. It's not like great time to ride your bike anyway. Like, pull a couple covers, like pull the primary cover, pull the cam cover, just
cost you
like
a couple gaskets
pull,
and fluid.
yeah, exactly. But like as far as like shit going to fail, like there's never a going to fail.
You
time.
can't
Like,
really tell. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everything. Some people their fucking shit lasts for 50,000 miles, and I'm just like, holy fuck! Like mine lasted
Yeah.
2. Like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with your shit? You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Steve didn't build it.
Listen.
Dude, fucking skinny tire baggers. I want to get on this skinny tire bagger. So I got that.
I'm not happy with my skinny tire bagger right now. Okay?
So we got the skinny tire bagger build off going on. It all started with me and Charlie. If you guys heard the fucking podcast with Charlie and shit. So he just had this like 2000 Road King, and then I bought this 03 Road Glide, and I was like, YouTube content, like skinny tire bagger build off, you know. And then a couple other companies wanted in on it. So we got like King Tony, Rebels Den Cycle Supply. Like he bought a bagger for it. I think I talked to Jimmy from HPI.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't. There's limits to it, you know, and everything.
limits.
Yeah. What are
And
the
then
rules?
the Performance Baggers page / White Trash Alley, you know, like
They're
they
taking
kinda,
it very seriously.
yeah.
I listen.
Then a couple other people like hit me up and shit, fucking whatever. But I'm just down to have fun. Like I bought this bike so I'd quit fucking with mine, but I already fucked with it the other day to change it up again. But there were like $14,000 price cap including the bike. No sponsors.
Well, like, listen, the no sponsor shit. Like, you can get sponsored just like when you factor the 14K cap.
Yeah.
Just factor retail in. Don't.
Yeah.
I got it for free. You know, cost me shit. You know what I mean? Just factor retail.
Yeah, this isn't Monster Garage.
I think that
So
you
what's
should
the
do the opposite.
zero
And
nada.
Exactly.
You can just be like, yo, like, I'm sorry, I'm more popular than you. Maybe you should work on your personality and get free
the rule
shit.
that Steve and I came up with at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning drunk was like, okay, you want, like, they're all taking, like,
No, so
everybody takes it to a different level of seriousness.
I had
Some people
a
wanna-
live with them, and then they had a little gripe. So that 03 I bought, not running right, rebuilt title, and it's definitely been repainted. Like it just
For
whatever.
sure.
I bought it for $2,000. You know, it was a solid buy. I bought it because it was cheap. And then they're like, "Well, you know, our bike we're entering, we paid $5,000 for it." I'm like, I don't know how to make this same level playing field. Like, do you want me to say that I paid $5,000 for my bike when we're having this 14K cap? I was like, I'll make you a deal. I'll throw a $14,000 price tag on my bike at this show. If somebody walks up to me, anybody walks up to me with 14K cash in their hand, they can take it fucking home.
Well, if
And
anybody
that will
has
keep me
14
honest.
grand, they're gonna buy a skinny
Well,
tire bagger.
Here's
Yeah.
that's what
And that's what I'm
said, make
saying.
that
It's
a
like-
fucking rule. Make it a guideline to this fucking skinny
Have
tire
you
bagger
heard of the new
build off.
Softails?
If you want to enter your fucking bike in the skinny tire bagger build off, you have to have a title in your name signed. And if someone gives you 14K cash, you have to fucking sell it.
Yeah,
there is
so
no I
it'll
want to fucking keep
it keeps
it.
honesty in the thing.
Yeah.
So if you're like, I have 14 grand in your bike, and you're looking at it,
But you
you're
actually have a
you're
fucking
like, that's
20.
a
Yeah, you
that's
got
a
20, you're not gonna sell it.
$25,000 bike.
So how would that work if, like, say I decided to do it and then I decided to paint my bike all crazy?
You just got to, as long as you
Hey,
got to do
you-
whatever you're
did you
willing
do the
to do
work?
and sell it for 14K. As long as you're willing
I
to
don't
sell
give
the
a
bike for 14K,
I do
you can
14
do it.
grand bagger paint jobs.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Ain't gonna
So,
sell it for
so that's what
Hey,
I'm saying.
but when you do it to yourself, it's
to
$0
enter the
bike.
It's called
contest,
fucking
you have
yourself.
to be willing to sell the bike for 14K. You have to look at that as a fucking man and be like, all right, well, like I can't.
Well,
do
that,
this.
that
this
was
is my
just that
biggest
was
gripe.
my personal thing.
This
of
is my-
how to even the plane.
My thing is, me and Craig were talking about this yesterday. Is like, why does everybody pick Daytona to waste their vacation on? Because we're all self-employed for the most part, right? A lot of people are like, fuck it, Daytona's the shit. They're all going to be disappointed when they go down there to do this performance bagger
So,
thing.
I'll tell you what. You guys being from
Because
Texas,
it's the first thing of the year.
it's
Everybody's
different.
excited.
Yeah.
but you being from
I know.
North Dakota, South Dakota,
Can you grab some more Tuckies for us?
Wisconsin, Michigan, or fucking New York or some shit. Daytona is like a midwinter break.
Yeah.
True.
Where it's like, it's not quite riding season because most of those places you can't really like do good riding till April, possibly May. Like you can still deal with snow. So it's like, I've worked on my shit. I need to get the fuck out of the house. It's March. So these people are going to throw in trailers. You know, you being from Texas, you're not going to really understand that. But like, that's why I think Daytona is successful
Everybody's
as it is,
ready to get the fuck out of the house.
they need to. They're like, dude, I haven't fucking rode my bike in 2-3 months.
I wholeheartedly agree. I know that's why Daytona has such a pull, because it brings the Northeast down
Right.
to experience motorcycles for a little bit. So,
and like,
what
don't
I'm
get me
saying
wrong,
is,
like Daytona isn't good riding. It's not like we're going to Sturgis and we're gonna go smash the miles.
well,
It's
that's
like,
what I'm
it's
talking
good
about, though.
partying.
Is that so many people have limited vacation they can do, and they are antsy. They want to get out, and they pick Daytona, and then Daytona's not the place to be a performance bagger fucking meet. It's not. It needs to be Sturgis, or it needs to be something a little bit more based on the fact that you can actually go ride
Or
places.
Laconia
Or the fact that you can ride to it.
Yeah.
Dude, Laconia's dope.
I want to go.
I think I'm gonna say this like every podcast, but I love it up there.
Yeah.
The people are good.
Homeboy Isaac said come back to New Hampshire this summer. Speaking of Laconia.
Nice.
So it's happening?
Dude, I'll go to Laconia. I tried to
are
go
we
to
supposed to have
fucking
our
Laconia,
trip
and that's
meet in
what
the
I hit
morning?
the.
Is it still? I never.
I
heard
think
none
that
of
so.
that.
You know how me and all the boys we do a big sit down for our trips and plan everything out. I
Oh.
think we're supposed to do it in the morning.
Shit.
Oh,
Ain't nobody
so
gonna
I'm a
make that.
Texan now, and I'm not invited.
Wait,
No,
what
I
are you
mean-
doing in the morning?
Well,
I just gotta interject on all your trips. And be like, all right.
There you go.
Oh, he brought a whole
Somebody's getting
sixer.
my
smart.
man. So
Where's
no,
that? Put the camera on the
They
sixer.
won't go bad. I promise.
Nice.
so we like every time we do a big trip, I think it's fun because we'll have all the guys that want to go on the trip will come and sit in this room. We'll bring up the Google Maps on the TV. And we'll like, all right, Mark, where do you want to? We're going northeast. What's your idea? What do you want to see? What do you want to do? And we all put it on paper. And we're like, are we hoteling this whole time? We camping too? Okay, we're not camping. Cool. We know that we have X amount of space now on the bike because we're not camping. We're just straight hoteling this whole thing. All right, how many days should we stay in New York? All right, we're doing it for these days. So we sit down at this table and we put it all on the table and we map it out, day 1 to days 14, whatever it is. Where we're going, what we're doing. And I know that some people are like super like, oh, I'm just living by the seat of my pants. But when you're going with 10 people
Yes,
somewhere,
that's
you
what I was
have to
gonna
have
say.
plans.
Yep.
You can't just fucking be like winging it.
Yep.
That's why I don't do big trips
And-
like that. 'Cause
But
I'm like,
they're
it's
awesome,
the exact
though.
opposite. Though.
They're
actually
Like, for sure,
awesome.
I get fucking FOMO like shit when y'all go on y'all's trips. So I'm like, I'm the exact opposite. Like, oh, fucking, I'm here. Like, I want to go this way. Like, do this, do whatever the fuck, you know what I
Right.
mean? And
It's got its ups and
But-
it's got its
yeah, no,
downs.
for
So,
sure.
you know, like speaking about like Daytona and Sturgis and all that and these big events that other people created, I think that's what the coolest thing about like our culture and our scene that we got going on is like we're doing this shit for us.
Yeah.
So like we're making these events. Like who knows? This might turn into
like-
fucking just badass big events 20 years from now.
Yeah.
And like we're just gonna sit back and be
well,
like,
that was the
we're the
funniest part
motherfucking
when we were in
OGs.
Tennessee. So like we're in Tennessee riding the fucking. We're going down Tail of the Dragon, Cherhola, and fucking Foothills Parkway, and we're like halfway down one of these fucking roads. And we pull off, and we're like checking Instagram at a fucking stop, and some guy's like, "Oh, I won fucking best performance bagger at the fucking V Twin Visionary show." I go, "That's because nobody in this fucking
We're not
group
there."
showed up." You know what I mean? Like we are the like. Not sound cocky or whatever, but like the group that we fucking rolled with was the fucking show, and there was no fucking performance bagger show until the fucking group pulled in. You know what I mean? Like there was no contest, you know, and it was hilarious. It made me chuckle.
The
Pretty fucking
driveway, sea of road glides.
Yeah,
Fucking
And one
had
Softail.
His soft tail and Kyle's Road King.
Yeah.
Every
We
other
were the
bike,
Memphis Shades
fucking
Fairing Bros,
road
you know?
Dude, that's so much
It's
fucking
like you got
fun.
the hands locked and your dicks are locked too.
Yeah.
That little meme.
Fuck yeah, you know?
But no,
We're going to be Indian
But dude,
Bros
it's like
soon,
I
you know?
love it, like shit like this, where it's just we're making our own events. We're not sitting here relying on somebody else to be like, "Hey, what's fun that happened next weekend?" We're turning to each other like, "Do you want to go do this? You want to go do that?" And I think that's what
that
what
weekend
people
would have
need
been
to do.
just as epic without the show at the dealership.
Exactly.
Like that weekend
Exactly.
would have been
Dude,
just as fucking fun if we had just had that Airbnb out in the middle of nowhere.
Just
It was
go
like,
meet up.
It was like a fucking 8 or 10 bedroom fucking Airbnb
God
in the
damn.
middle of fucking hills. Like it would have been just as fucking fun with no show. Hands down.
They were like
Like
in Pigeon Forge, right?
Yeah, we were like
No,
probably like
We're
probably like
around-
15 minutes from Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge is where we got
We
kicked
rode
out of every
pretty
go-kart.
close.
track.
Yeah.
We rode right by it. When we
Yeah.
What was the town? Seaverville?
Something shitty.
Seaverville.
Pigeon Forge is where we got kicked out of every go-kart track.
What?
That was where we got kicked out
He
of.
said something shitty.
Yeah.
Something shit.
It was
Dude,
it was a
like-
shithole. It was
dude.
like everybody goes, "Oh, it's like 10 minutes." Motherfucker, GPS says it's like 55 minutes. So I don't know where the fuck your 10 minutes came from, but
Dude, it's like when you're up in New Hampshire and everything. Oh, it's fucking 30 minutes away. Everything's 30 minutes away. Like that. Next thing you know, hour and a half later, like fucking here, it's more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They don't tell you, hey, it's 5 miles
Dude.
on the road because everything's curvy and whatever.
Pigeon
Like,
Forge
Yeah.
though is like the redneck Las
it's
Vegas.
redneck Las Vegas.
Dude,
Yeah.
hands down. You
It's almost like Branson,
You're,
Missouri.
you're in the middle of exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like Branson.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of nowhere, no lights, no nothing. All of a sudden you make a fucking turn and there's
Neons.
boom, like neons everywhere, fucking lights. You're like, what
And
the
it's like
when those
little-
animals
what
kick
the
in.
hillbilly fuck did we just roll
It's
into?
like, it's like y'all want to do go-karts? All right, well, you got multiple options.
there's 6
Dude,
go-kart tracks in the fucking
Go-karts
town.
on a fucking trip with all your homies.
That's what it was like
Dude,
in
the fucking
dude.
the
Maggie
one
Valley.
the second to
Corporate
last
golf.
race, because the last race they're like, all right, y'all.
Yeah, the last
Dude,
race we got
the
kicked
second
out
to
on.
last race. There was no fucks to give by
Dude,
any
it
of
was-
the person.
and-
I was scared. I fucking got spun around, and these go-karts at night had fucking headlights, and I seen 3 of them coming right at me. And I mean, I literally closed my eyes and went, I'm gonna die.
Dude, it was. We walked in and like, so to ride the fast go karts, you have to ride the first race in the fucking like slow go karts to prove you can drive the fast go karts. And it's the first fucking race. So we all get there and we all have fucking motorcycle helmets on. Half of them are painted by you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so the guy's like, "Oh fuck, y'all are serious." You're like, "Fucking goddamn right, we're serious.
We're professional
motherfucker,"
kart
you know?
racers.
So we're hammering the shit out of each other, like, "Oh, okay, like that was fun." Then we go to the fucking fast side, and we fucked up everybody's night that was not there with our fucking group. Because like, there's families like little kids, right? We're like, "Fuck you, little kid!" Like we're gonna spin you out of the wall and get around you. You know what I mean? Like, we
Dude,
had a fucking
that-
great time.
That 1 second to last fucking go-kart race and shit. Fucking when we come rolling our carts back in, and the guy that works there gave us a high five.
And
says-
he was a Woody Harrelson doppelganger. Like he looked just like Woody Harrelson.
He
I'm
gave us a
not
high five.
joking.
He's like, that shit was wild. Like people were staying at
Dude,
the
they
go-kart
waited.
place
The
to
last
watch
race was
us race.
all us. It was just us, and people waited to watch our race. That's how fucking fucked up our races were.
Dude, shit was getting.
I think we
fucking
were actually
rude.
doing the podcast for the camp out when y'all were there. Like for the down south camp out, the first podcast we did
Yep.
for that was actually taking place while y'all were out there doing that shit.
We had a blast. That was.
Dude, that was.
It was.
That wasn't. Well, it's so. I did so many fucking good trips this year. Like I can't say
Yeah.
this is my best because first time I went down to Tail of the Dragon, it was like Memorial Weekend. 6, 7, 8 buddies. Like we rented an Airbnb, and I'll tell you, like when they say on Airbnb that it's not motorcycle friendly, it's probably not motorcycle friendly. Like because that driveway fucking sucked. But that one, I love that trip. And then it was like the other time I went to Tail of the Dragon, loved that trip. Sturgis, I was like, I love that trip. My camp out, like fucking that, like I love
So
that trip.
2020 was your best year, and it fucking sucked for
Dude,
most
life-
of America. Okay, rub it in, Steve.
Life is as good as you make it. You know, if you want
Very
life
true.
to
Life's a
suck,
garden, dude. Dig it.
Dig it, bro.
No, I agree.
So, dear Tay.
Well, like you could look at it like 2 ways. I mean, for us, I think a lot of us like took the opportunity to. I think for all of us on this side of the Rockies, it was a really good in the motorcycle world. We just kept plugging on.
Yeah.
When a lot
Yeah.
of the California, Phoenix, and all those guys, they kind of had to shut down due to wokeness.
My
So-
business grew.
dude,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
that shit kind of sucks to watch when it's like all these people and like they're like, oh yeah, and you're like, guess what? I'm still gonna live life, and like
Yeah.
they're trying to look down on you for it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, well, I don't know. If I die, I die. Like
Well,
that's
Well, I
literally
mean,
where.
And also the good thing traveling on a bike across country is you almost can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
even if you have to eat out of a gas station, you eat out of a gas station. You still got food. You,
You
still
eat out
got
of a gas
gas.
station most of the fucking time.
You can fucking
so-
sleep wherever you want.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can still travel and not fuck with your ear.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was, you know, we had an interesting year for sure because, like, I didn't get to travel as much as I wanted to in 2020, but, like, the business grew fucking immensely. It's like, I swear to God, everybody got those fucking Trump checks in and fucking whatever the fuck it was, March or April, and they're like, I'm spending
They
all that
spend it
motherfucker
right
on
on
my
my
bike.
bike.
And I'm like, well, I'm going to get a bigger shop and fucking move in with someone else. Like, this is a great fucking year. But
That was like the Screaming Speed and Fab, you know, on our New Year, New Us podcast. I basically kind of unveiled that or said something
Oh, that's what we
about
talked about.
yeah.
You know, I think like a year ago.
Yep.
And fucking dude, it was a good year for not having like that much stuff. Like
There's
I
weeks
was-
where he makes more selling fucking side covers than I do working fucking 10 hours a day fucking bikes. I'm like, God damn it, fucking goddamn, I should build a goddamn part.
I
This
feel
is
like
fucking
Steve,
horse
while you were
shit.
saying it, he just threw his dick over his shoulder. Yeah.
no, but like fucking, I don't know. It's been a good year with that shit. Fucking,
So-
I appreciate all the support I've had from everybody. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
and he
just
builds a
t-shirts
good
and-
product too. It's not like, you know, there's like gimmicks. Like
Yeah.
people sell gimmicks, but like his side covers are like they're quality. And like I've seen how much time goes into making each of those now. He's fabricated them at our shop, and it's like you look at the initial price, you're like, oh, I don't know, that's a lot for a bent piece of sheet metal, but like he spends a lot of time making sure those parts are good and like
And the
fit
fit, man.
properly. Like they fit so fucking clean, and it's
Yeah,
a great
it's like
product.
I'm anal about it.
So
it's like I want
the
it to
thing
be
is, like,
perfect.
you started the S Chamberlin 5150 YouTube basically. I mean, I think the
I
first
started
video.
back up.
Okay, yeah. So I remember
Because,
last
like,
year.
the
I remember we were
S
doing
Chamberlin
this
5150
podcast.
YouTube channel, like that came out in like 2008.
So when you were here last year, that's what the YouTube or the intro, like you walked to the airport.
like that.
that's
that first
all.
video that I did it when I was up here, and it was like, dude, I mean, it was so awkward. Like
Down
I like
here.
fucking down here, up here, whatever. Fucking, it was so awkward because I sucked at talking into a camera.
Yeah.
Like it's like the first
Look at
time.
the camera.
Yeah, I've been acting like it's not there because you have the little screen turned around. I can't see myself. But it's totally different just with the whole
Yeah.
pulling a camera up and then, you know, talking into it and trying to be entertaining and trying to be fluent. You know, it's like not like when we're sitting down here and we have 3 people bouncing off it. It's like I'm trying to talk to myself, and I hope when I turn to you, you have something cool to say.
Yeah.
and
I
everything.
don't.
So
He turns
like,
to me all the time, and it gets cut out because I just
That's
stare at
why-
the camera and I go,
That's why, like, I started doing this shit when we went to the fucking down south camp out, and Tony Rebels Den was videoing the whole time, and every time he turned the camera on me, I go, link in the bio. And I just like point up, you know, because like YouTubers are always pointing at something in the air, like, hey man, check the links up here for these side covers or something.
But dude, it's like the YouTube's grown like immensely. Like it's not like insane. Like I'm not making crazy money off it or fucking whatever. But like I started the year like probably 600 subscribers. I'm up to like a little over 5,000. But the amount of people that come up to me and they're like, dude, I watch your shit, keep putting killer content out
the
there.
reason is because your content is like most YouTubers have like overproduced content. Like
It's relatable.
The production is like insanely high, but the fucking content either sucks or is not relatable.
Yeah.
And your production is not insanely high, but you're like, hey guys, this is the fucking shit that I fucking dealt with, and
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh shit, I've been there before. I've done that. I've had that situation. I've had that fucking happen. So
Yeah.
people can like relate to your fucking content way more than
Because like I'll rewatch my stuff and I'm like, wow, that video camera was really shaky. That audio was subpar.
But you're
I'm
always-
still like,
you're
I'm
always
gonna
gonna
drop
be your
it
own harshest
because like
critic,
the,
right?
the
Something's better
content
than
I'm
that to me.
throwing out there is better than me having the perfect video. Like I don't strive or like stress myself out over having the perfectly filmed video. That's like all that and the audio being the crisp. No, I'm gonna give you the best content I can as far as information wise.
Well, and that's where your videos like rise above everybody else's because your content is fucking amazing. Everybody else has like great shot videos and good editing and all this other shit, but their fucking content sucks fucking dick. You know what I mean?
I loved it.
They don't know
I
what
loved
they're,
it.
yeah.
I left it on one video, and I was on like Notch's trace and everything, and I just had like music overlaid with it, and I'm like kind of playing with different shots and everything. But then like as I'm holding the camera and I'm riding with one arm, I'm holding the camera with the other. You literally see the speedo pegged at 120, just on these curvy roads, and I'm like playing around, doing different shots. But the music's overlaid, so you're not really paying attention because it's not like, you know, with the wind. But then like when you pay attention, you're like, oh, he's fucking getting it.
Yeah.
Because I was having fun. Like, I'm in a fucking rain suit because it's been sprinkling. I'm like, 120 through corners. Let's go, bro.
Yeah, like I said, another year of me wanting to do a YouTube and didn't do it. It's a scary
Dude,
thing to
it's
start.
fucking weird.
Yeah.
Dude, like when I rolled into Sturgis this year, what? Were you with me? No. What the fuck
You rode in with Lucky Strike. You went to Mitchell and all
No,
that
no, no. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I was with 2 local Michigan people, everything, and then Steve Yonkin, and then it was like we went through Badlands, and then we got on the highway.
That's where you did the Willie that almost went south.
Yeah, that was dude loaded down on the bike. It was sketchy, but like Lucky Strike and all that, like they like last second got off the highway, and I was like, well, I know where I'm going. Like I didn't have enough time to get off the highway, and it was like 4 of us. But then we get into Sturgis, we skipped the first exit, went to the second exit, got some gas, and like as I'm sitting in the gas station, guys roll up and they're like, "Hey, dude, watch your YouTube channel. Like fucking dope content you're putting out." Like I'm like, wow, all right. So now I'm getting like recognized like in person. I was like, that's cool. And then at another
Did you
time,
sign an autograph though?
Yeah.
I keep a motherfucking Sharpie on me at all days.
In my sock.
He does. I'm not gonna lie. He writes notes in the shop and a fucking Sharpie. I go, you really got pens like right there. You can write them in a pen, take up less fucking paper, cost me less money.
But then there was like another time, like leaving the town in Sturgis, and I watch this dude, and he just like looks in his mirror, and then his arm drops down. He wakes me up. And then I'm like, roll up next to him. He's like, watch your fucking YouTube channel. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm like, woo, throw him the
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
But like, dude, that shit's fucking rad. You know?
I was actually talking to Mark from Lexin. We were hanging out in at Indian Larry's block party, and I was like, YouTube fucking followers are like extreme.
Yeah.
And so like the dudes that were coming up to you, it's like dudes were walking from around the blocks with like White Claws, like I think he's here somewhere. Like everybody wanted to hand
the videos. Like
everybody wanted to hand Steve
I'm
a
sitting
White
there
Claw.
in Texas, like watching all the videos, and all of a sudden there's like 10 videos in a row of like, I found S. Chamberlin 5150 and I gave him a White Claw and he fucking drank it. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker's getting free drinks in New York. Like I should have gone.
It's just
It's way different than Instagram. Like
yeah,
you're
it's
saying,
like the Instagram, like the different platforms have really a different type of person that follows
But
it.
it's awesome though. Like I have a shitty fucking Instagram. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't fucking post for shit. Like I don't have good content. Like it is what it is. But like from being on your podcast and like people listening to the podcast and watching the YouTube videos, like people come up and be like, "Oh shit, you're T-Bar Jesus," and I'm like, my name's Mark. Like you can just call me Mark. Like it works out great, you know. But you know, it's
just be like, no, it's Jesus.
yeah, just
but
Jesus.
like it is a different like people that follow me on Instagram, like, oh man, I follow you on Instagram. But like the people on YouTube, they're like pumped to meet you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like excited. They saw you on YouTube and then they get that interaction. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. Let's go fucking ride. Like I'm down. Like whatever the fuck you want to
Yeah.
do. Like let's do something. You know, but. Don't just talk and say hi. Like, let's go have fun, you know, together.
Yeah, I mean, like, even for myself, even being at the Indian Larry block party, it's like a lot of dudes were coming up and go, hey, man, I want to, man, let me buy you a T-shirt, man. I don't support the Patreon. I'm weirded out about, putting my bank card into websites and shit. I'm
Listen, Patreon pays,
Yeah.
okay? Listen, I've won, from Danger Dan's podcast Patreon, I've won a free custom-painted, custom fucking welded curly Q fucking tank and a fucking knife from Knives Made by Nick.
Damn it.
Dude, I donate, like,
I've been
I
a
don't know what the
Patreon-
fuck it is a month. Like, it's a minimal fucking amount a
I do
month. And I've
5.
won
It's $1 to win a knife. It's $5
I
to
do
win the
$5
trips in the
I've
won
mall and shit.
way more than I fucking put in. I will say that.
So I've
And-
been a Patreon on his for about a year and a half now at $5 because that's where you win, like, everything he makes.
You
You
can
make
win
it
the
$5.
bike. You can win the trips in the mall.
I haven't, dude. I'm just waiting. Every time Danger Dan texts me, I'm hoping it's like, hey, man, you want a knife?
I
here's
want
the
one of
thing.
them fucking
Like,
knives.
I had a
man.
bad spell where I wasn't listening to podcasts, and it was like 6 or 8 months
Bad
or whatever.
spell. Like, all right, bro.
Well, like I support
you
like
guys.
I donate to your Patreon
Yeah.
and I donate to his Patreon.
Dude, you know what's funny? Like, I think you used to do like $1, and I remember it got declined once.
Oh yeah, no, there's been multiple times. It hits,
Well,
and it's in a bad.
see how my
fucking
bank
time
account
of the
works,
year, you know
yes.
what I mean? So,
Look at my bank account set up.
So I'm gonna put this out here because this shit pissed me off. It happened to me this week. So my next Patreon's probably gonna get fucking declined for you because like all my fucking it went through PayPal.
Yeah.
Got fucking.
they seized it. He's selling
Yeah,
drugs.
so I had a business PayPal and I had my personal PayPal. So my Patreon goes through my personal PayPal. This week I get an email, like back in August, I got an email like, hey, your PayPal shut down. You violated our terms.
Was it when you were doing the raffle? You were thinking about raffling off the
No,
bike?
this was like before that. This is just
Okay.
on my business one. I don't know what the fuck I did. So I call them up and I'm like, hey, what I do? They're like, we can't tell you over the phone. Like you gotta
You gotta
you
drive.
gotta write in to, figure out what term you violated.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, the fuck? So just hear this out. It's fucking stupid, but so I'm like, all right. And then they're like, all your funds in your account are going to be held for 180 days. You can't use PayPal for your business. Like, take it off your website, all that. I'm like, okay, like whatever. Like, I thought I was being legit with everything, take it off. And then that was in August. So then the other day, like, they ended up flagging my personal account. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I did. Like, whatever. And then I go on to my business account, which I've been waiting, which would be like in February.
Yeah.
I had $780 in like my business account that was froze. They took it and they wrote fucking payment for damages for violating their terms of service. So they like PayPal straight up stole $780 on
Wow.
my business
What the
PayPal
fuck?
for fucking whatever. Because
Dude, it's like the most gangster shit.
like
you've
I
ever heard.
was showing him, because like I'm like,
Dude,
doing that.
he walked in, like, obviously we lived together, but, like, we got to work one day, and all of a sudden his fucking face went from, like, normal Steve to, like, really fucking pissed off. And
Bummed
I'm
out
like,
or pissed.
I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what's going on? He's like, dude, PayPal. And I was like, oh, shit. And, like
I have a screenshot. It literally
No
says
reason, no nothing.
In
Just
the
stole
info,
money.
it's like cleared
That
my
don't seem legal.
dude. It cleared my whole
Don't seem
balance for fucking violating their terms of service.
What did they say?
And then
you
I,
did?
like
then
somebody
I
hacked your
Googled it,
shit.
and this has been happening to fucking so many people. People are like, dude, I had 15 grand in my PayPal account. People that run,
Oh, fuck no.
whatever sales things or run it through the business.
I'll
Like
kill somebody
you don't
with 15
empty
grand.
it every second. Every second a payment comes in. Like payment comes in. All right, I might empty it tonight and send it to my bank. Like, yeah, that's what happened. Sold a set of side covers, something else, and then there was $700 in there. Like, fucking whatever. And then they seized it and then fucking emptied that shit out.
Dude,
Well,
you-
I don't know what the fuck's
they
about
didn't
it,
seize
but-
it. They locked the account.
Yeah.
So he couldn't touch it.
Right.
He couldn't, like, disassociate his bank account from the account.
Yeah, I can't.
Like,
I can't take off any because I was just gonna delete my cards off it, so they wouldn't take more money or anything. Like, I don't know what the fuck I did wrong.
That's
so if you
weird.
want to send money to Steve, it's Apple Pay for Steve
Yeah.
Chamberlain.
And Tarpon Turbo.
No, dude, like the shit's fucked up. Like I
It is
was gonna
fucked up.
make a post about it, but then I googled it. Like I just basically copied the words that they wrote it. On
He
the
spent
bottom of the
a
thing.
whole day researching, like not
bet.
just like
Yeah.
Yeah,
service
$700,
level, like
dude,
no,
fuck.
no.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
like,
$800,
I'd
and
be
like people
pissed.
are saying the only way you're gonna get your money back is like literally write up legal documentation, send it to
What are you gonna do?
PayPal.
yeah.
Sue
Well, they're
PayPal?
banking
No,
on the fact
threaten
that
to
people
sue 'em,
won't
and then
do
they
it.
might
You know,
send it- they might give
if
you
they
the money
if
back.
they take a 10,000 people shit and like 9,900 people fucking send a lawsuit in or whatever,
Yeah.
file the paperwork, they still made whoever the fucking 100 people were that didn't want to send it in, they got
Yeah.
to keep all that money scot free.
Exactly.
No fucking questions asked.
They should at
Like,
least
it's-
give you a
It's the
fucking
biggest
reason,
fucking
man.
rip
Yeah,
off
dude,
you've ever heard in
because
your
I
life.
talked to him again on the phone, and I'm a calm and cool, collective person.
Right,
Like,
right,
I,
right,
that.
right.
I talk on the phone. I blew up on this lady. I'm like, you want to fucking tell me what the fuck I did wrong? Like, you gotta email this person. This is the only one that. So I ended up emailing the people. get an automated message back of what I did wrong. Like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna.
Well, they wanted you to mail a fucking snail mail a fucking letter in.
Yeah.
To like figure, like they wouldn't. He's on the phone with these motherfuckers. They're like, oh yeah, we see you have a violation. Well, what's my violation? Oh, well, for us to tell you, you need to mail us a letter requesting what you
And
did.
then-
Like, bitch, you're on the fucking computer
They're
right
like,
now. Just tell me what the fuck I did.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
then
Like,
I tell him on the phone, I'm gonna like, hey, I'm gonna bring in, legal documentation about this whole situation. She goes, do you know that this phone call is recorded right now? I was like, yes, that's perfectly fine. Like,
I'm good
I
with
feel
it.
like the shit that you're fucking doing right now is way out of line. Like, I did nothing wrong. Like, I literally had this business PayPal with business transactions.
Yeah.
Like nothing beyond it. It was, connected to my website. Like, and then just one day, like, hey, fuck you, quit using us after I give you $1,000 for the fees.
Dude, I run every transaction I have is through PayPal.
Dude, be careful.
yeah, for
Fucking,
real.
if they ever lock
I don't
that,
have a personal one
soon
though.
if
as
they
you
ever
get
lock
it,
that shit up,
put it in
they
your
have an
bank account.
address, and we're gonna
That-
drive
it
to
was his
San,
business
We're
account.
gonna drive to
It
San
wasn't
Jose, and
personal.
we're gonna burn that motherfucker
So
down.
have you not found out what it was that you did?
This
No.
happened. This happened on like what is it? Friday. This happened on like Tuesday.
Yeah.
This week?
No.
This
so
week.
so they
This-
locked
so
his
they-
account for what was it?
100
breaking of terms and services or something.
But you still don't know what
Well,
you
you
did.
don't know what
they
that
won't
is.
fucking tell me.
They said it was
what I did wrong.
180-day lock. Well, like 165
been about 160
days before they fucking released it, they took all his money.
That's
Yeah.
so fucked
So
up.
he couldn't transfer it. He couldn't like. It's some fucking sketchy ass shit for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, PayPal. My PayPal and my
When
my
you
Venmo,
do all
Venmo.
the stuff with the people that like, I know you have the website. That's where people buy shit from. But anybody else, is it like friends and family versus?
The only
No,
thing,
it's all business. Yeah.
the only
That's
thing I
weird,
did like
man.
I sent.
You think someone might have like put out like a thing saying like they didn't get something right?
No, I had zero disputes.
Well, that disputes the charge. That's not the entire account balance. Zero.
Right.
I had
You know what
zero
I mean?
disputes on my thing.
Yeah.
I had one guy that bought a set of side covers, and then the next day he goes, "Hey, blah blah blah. Like, can I just get a refund?" I just refunded him straight up. I'm like, "Oh, whatever." I've been there where you're like, you drunk and you make a purchase, and next day you're like,
Shit, I fucked
whatever.
up.
So-
You want to?
so
You want
the
to?
guy came in, I
Let
straight
me
up
tell you
re-
about this. So we did the last hood ride when the new camo, the white camo Simpson came out. Simpson's my guys, but they should have never released that helmet on a Saturday when their offices are closed to take orders, and the week of Thanksgiving, right? So they released that helmet Saturday morning, which was the day of our hood ride, the hood ride 2. We took orders from a lot of people, and people that ordered it Saturday morning, I had to refund their money because they were sold out when they started actually processing orders on Monday.
Damn.
It's like you pay for a helmet for me on Saturday, and then on Monday, like, hey man, sorry, it's sold out. Let me send you the money back.
Right.
It was a shit show, man.
Yeah. Fucking dumb as fuck. Whatever.
It's the thing
No,
is,
it's just.
It's-
don't
I
know.
mean,
I'm,
it's
I'm still
obviously-
stuck on my PayPal thing in my mind.
Well,
when I
it's
said
it's
You're
dumb.
not
mad?
gonna- it's
You-
not
are
gonna
you
make
big
or
mad?
break
Dude,
it.
I'm back to being pissed off right now.
Hulk
Listening
smashed
about
this
that.
goddamn
here's
table
the
right
deal.
now.
$800 is not going to make or break Steve.
Somebody can
But
just do a
it's
fucking
the fact
squeezy
that
thing.
That's
someone
still a lot of
stole-
goddamn money to
it is.
normal people.
Like, regardless of how much money you make, like even if you make millions, like
Yeah.
somebody stealing $800 is like, hey man, like
Without a
that
reason.
is multiple fucking either shopping trips, eating
fucking-
out, like. I mean, that's a whole
That's a
fucking
lot of fucking
vacation.
chicken
Rant
wings, bro.
That's a lot of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Dude, so when I moved down here, fucking every time we drove past Taco Bell, I'd go to him and be like, "That's an authentic Mexican restaurant." He's like, "Dude, shut your dirty whore
Dude,
mouth."
every time we drove past Taco Bell, he goes, "Oh, look, is that authentic Mexican?" I say, "Shit, you fucking dirty whore mouth,
so
you motherfucker."
where's like the daily routine? Like, where do you take him to eat a lot that you like here?
Buffalo.
Listen,
Buffalo Wild Wings?
I
Come
go
on,
to
My
Buffalo.
man.
Y'all
I
want
have
to go to
3
Buffalo
restaurants.
Wild Wings?
3
Y'all some
restaurants,
basic-ass
America,
white
okay? We
boys.
have Buffalo Wild Wings, we have BJ's,
Oh,
and
I love BJ's.
we have Jardine Del Rey. Jardine Del Rey.
That
That's
sounds-
like
that
she
sounds
took
okay.
me and Britta, right?
And it's delicious.
That sounds
Is that the
the
one
best.
that's like down
That's
towards
the Mexican
Leander?
restaurant we just ate at. Yeah.
The
Dude,
place.
Dude,
the
it is.
problem
Get
is
the
that you didn't
fucking
say
green
Chewy's.
salsa.
You did not say Chewy's, and that's my Mexican joint.
Listen,
But how
Dude,
far
we
is it
got
Chewy's
Chewy's
from him?
once.
Across the
twice.
street.
For real?
Yeah.
We went with Xavier, and then we got fucking fucked up.
Yeah,
there.
we went twice. Okay, we went twice to Chewy's. But yeah, like Chewy's is not like a staple go-to.
Chewy's is
But-
good, but it's
Yeah, I love
the
that
drinks are
Listen,
expensive.
no,
as fuck.
Chewy's is delicious, but the
where
problem
ballers
is their
go, bro.
fucking waitresses
Well, I ain't
are
no
all
baller.
fucking bitches and cunts. And like,
Dude,
I
that
don't
one
wanna
that we
fucking
had
deal
on
with
Get
it.
woke.
New
We
Year's
had, no,
Eve.
we had one. The best waitress experience was New Year's Eve. She was fucking amazing. Like, we're throwing fucking right jabs at her, and she's just like, fuck your right jab, boom, I'll hit you with my own right jab. We're like, this is amazing. Like, holy fuck. And,
Dude, but
but
like,
everybody
hey,
else
what's the
sucked.
drink you suggest? She comes out with like, you need this like dirty Mexican martini with raspberry shit. Like, came out, I was like, damn, that's a good drink.
Yeah, we're like sitting there with martini glasses and our fucking drinks, like
At the time,
big old fucking
I ordered
dudes drinking
martini,
that
I was
fucking.
like, yeah, give me one of those jumbo margaritas.
I got my like
too.
7-year-old daughter next to us, like, yeah, we're drinking martinis. Fuck y'all.
She had
motherfuckers.
knuckle tats too, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, we had a fucking blast, you know. But yeah, other than
So,
that, the
now,
Chewy's waitress sucked.
Like, we 2020 was awesome, right?
Agreed.
2020 sucked for some, good for others.
That's
An
them.
amazing year.
Mark didn't have a good year.
I mean, the year ended okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
So-
like October to the end of the year.
So
was
now
okay,
what?
but-
Now 2021's here. Hopefully, if the world doesn't blow itself up, which is
so looking like it might, you know.
yeah,
I think 2020 was
sir.
just the beginning.
maybe
Dude, I don't know. Like I don't get too like political on shit.
No, I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm not saying
Whatever,
political.
but
I'm just
fucking-
like, I don't know. It's
life's
just
as good as you make it.
not looking good.
Like you wanted to fucking sit there and you wanted
You
to
like see
fucking-
homos naked, man. It's all good.
That's cool, brother. It's all good.
whatever, just fucking have a good time.
Like someone's like, man.
Take it all night.
You like homo naked, man.
No.
You know, like Shane Homer shaking?
But now coming in this next year, I mean, we're all building off the things that we
Goddamn,
did
boy,
last
you
year.
got a date.
I need to find me a stripper that has a
don't.
payable job.
You need to fucking find a normal, classy
Woman.
lady.
Dude, I was literally,
listen.
I was
right
literally
here, you
having
do.
this conversation
Lady that
last
has a
night. I was like,
job.
lower your standards a bit and just get a chick that
But
like
Mark's
has
standards
money.
are so his standards are this. His standards are a fucking problem. That's what it is.
A stripper?
I want
Or
a
a
chick
stripper.
with big ass tits,
big ass tits, fine as fuck, rich.
Big ass.
super skinny.
Yep.
Oh,
Super
you got
skinny,
you're
big
into
ass.
asses now. Okay,
Yeah,
so now
yeah.
it's an ass. He didn't
Yeah,
use the
so
word ass.
he's
Yep.
literally
Damn.
looking for a stripper.
He wants
that's
an
about to
Instagram
retire.
model. He wants
Yeah,
Instagram model.
but with no mental problems. You know?
Good luck
Whoa!
on that.
Holy cow! A fucking unicorn
They all have
just
fucking
appeared.
mental
Yeah,
problems, bro.
I'm waiting for that unicorn. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
all right.
It'll come when I'm
It
like
don't
exist.
65. You know what I mean?
You're actually in a good spot because you don't want Mark to fall in love with somebody. Be like, hey man, here's the deal. So we're doing a thing now,
You get the
and
fuck out.
you're gonna have to move.
No, because
I feel like that's how
he knows. He knows if I fall
That's
in
how you
love,
got it.
He knows if I fall
That's
in
why I
love, it's
live
gonna
in
be like,
Texas
listen.
now, 'cause people
So
fell in
Steve,
love.
we're leaving this $2,000 house, and we're moving into a fucking 20,000 square foot mansion, and you're coming with us. So it's just come along for the
Shit.
ride, bro.
Not me.
It just reminds me of like you two remind me of like Talladega Nights. Like, hey man,
Shake it, big.
shake it back.
when he calls Ricky
A
Bobby
little
on the
bit
phone,
of shake,
when he calls him on the phone,
Yeah.
but in a little bit
Hey,
of
man.
bank.
How
he
do I
calls
work
him on
this
the
TV?
phone. Hey man, how do you work this TV?
Why do you want to watch
What?
TV and listen to the radio? It's like-
That's how I like to party.
Dude, so Jason Hallman's been
I
around
like
the
my
shop
Jesus
a couple
party.
days and shit. That motherfucker can quote movies like
my
Dude,
God.
his
Is
job.
he not a fucking comedian?
He
Dude,
has,
that
but
little
I've-
skit
I've
before this
laughed
shit-
so hard the last 3 days, like my abs fucking.
I
Like,
didn't know
my
he was so
non-existent
fucking
abs
hilarious.
Hurt so
Which one?
fucking hard.
Jason,
from laughing at
Speed
that
Metal
guy.
Build.
No.
Yeah,
Speed Metal Build, Cycle Stop, USA. Like he
Chase
makes
literally
me.
told me last night that
Dude.
he's a comedian.
Dude,
dude,
he
fucking
makes
like
you,
just at the
like,
shop and like dude, the fucking 15 minutes before we started this podcast.
Acting and-
Dude, I was
it
literally
is-
so red
oh
that
my
I was
God,
laughing.
he is
He does like a
hilarious.
chick voice that's
And
like
he's-
the perfect
He's
one.
such a great person too. Like it's not just he's hilarious. He's a hilarious person, but he'll also give you the shirt off his fucking back.
Yeah.
Like he is such a
See,
great
his
fucking
podcast
person.
that he does, the Garage Built podcast, that comedic presence that he has just doesn't translate.
No,
Like
no.
you have to, you know what I mean? Like I think that's his angle. If he can figure out how to be that guy, I don't know if a podcast is a place to be a comedian, but he could say funny shit. But like he is so good
Dude,
at
it's
telling
in the
stories.
person with the body language.
Yeah,
Dude,
the hand
it is.
gestures.
Like
and-
that's the story earlier about
Shit on the wall.
Oh my God. Coming out this way. God, dude. I was dying laughing. That shit was so fucking funny.
You guys were laughing. Everybody was laughing so hard that like I just stopped because I'm like, I'm not a follower.
I can't breathe.
Dude, that shit was hilarious.
oh, dude, this motherfucker leaves every time.
You get on the good
hey,
side.
talking- Hey, put the camera on Cody. Spotlight.
Hey, brother, how are y'all?
How fast can you ride your soft tail?
How you mom and them?
No, I mean, Jason is his podcast. I like his podcast. It's a different type of podcast. Obviously, like he is definitely more into the informative type.
Technical,
of podcast.
informative
Yeah, it is
type.
more
I haven't
technical
listened
than
to
this
it.
for sure. Like I would never drink this many fucking beers and be on his podcast.
Right,
but
right.
like his podcast,
Beers, these are White
serves
Claws.
it's certain whatever the fuck pussy drinks whatever. So
Get the fuck out of
More
here.
alcohol than
I can
beer.
say pussy drinks. Like
Look,
it
look,
works out.
Look
you
at
know?
little trouble.
Little trouble. Dude, post it now. So when he listens to this, be like, this was the
But-
moment.
Yeah, but so like his podcast serves a purpose and it's great.
Yeah.
Like I honestly felt really bad. Like he came into Texas and he's hung out for like the past like 3 days. And like yesterday he goes, "Hey, I wanted to do some podcasts if y'all have time." And like I had a dyno tune that had to be done before I left for here because that guy was planning on riding his fucking bike to this party. And I was like,
Oh shit.
if we can get it done quick enough, no problem. And I'm still tuning a bike at fucking 7, 8 o'clock at night. Like,
Right.
we can't make it happen. So he not only did he not get, he was trying to have one with me, but like that's not the important part. He was trying to have one with Steve. He was trying to have one with Xavier, and like he missed all those because of my fucking dyno
Damn.
tuning. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I feel really fucking bad about it, but like. You know, he's such a fucking good guy. He's like, whatever. Like, I'll come back into Texas in like 2 weeks and fucking fly in and we'll do it all. You know?
That's
Like,
cool.
Still talking about Jason.
Jason.
Oh, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just around the shop trying to do some podcasts,
Dude,
but this
he's,
motherfucker
he
yesterday
makes me
was
laugh
like,
so
"Wah,
I'm like trying to tune a fucking bike while he's trying to do a podcast. He's like, fuck this podcast. Like, there's no way we're recording this. But,
Right.
dude, he makes me laugh so fucking hard. He's such a fucking good person. It's unbelievable.
Dude, I had a really good time at his show.
Dude, I wish I would have gone. That was one thing. Like I
So
missed
that's
I
kinda-
missed your camp out.
Yeah.
That was one thing I missed that I regret. I
Thanks
missed
for going
his
to Jeff
camp
Holtz.
out, and then I missed his show, and that was
So-
those were great things.
So Steve's camp out still doesn't matter.
I
July-
said your camp.
Ju-
out.
Ju-
I pointed
July
straight
16th.
to you, asshole. I said I missed his camp out, and I pointed straight to you, you fucking piece of shit, motherfucker.
Listen here, cocksucker.
Look,
July 16, 2021.
All I know is who wins in Mario Kart racing when we race.
Me,
No.
So-
nope.
Tila.
How many times have you won?
We were 1-1 one night.
dude,
One night.
how long before you two just start jerking each other off?
You say that like it hasn't happened yet, but
Hey, should we announce? Should we
Say,
announce
fuck it,
that we're
I'm out.
couples now? Like y'all get your couple shirts on.
we
All right,
have an
I'ma head out.
OnlyFans. It's called TPMC
Motherfucker,
Chamberlin
you've been
5150.
6'4", 300 pounds, and you finally find a flannel that fits you, and then you can wear them.
Yeah.
Dude, and people are like, go
The way-
buy one from Walmart. Be like, yeah, I wish my Walmart one would fit.
The way I feel like with Florida now, it's like I enjoyed his camp out, Craig's down south, and then Jason's show is like a month later, so it still sucks the fact that I'm gonna do Florida that back to back, but it's just the time of the year. Like Florida's that anomaly where it's like fine to go there at any time of the year versus like obviously there's a window of opportunity to go to northern Michigan. And it happens to be the
Somebody
window of
never
opportunity.
wants to do it, though.
I want to be there. I really do. Like, seriously.
I did, when I came to your first camp out, 2,400 miles, 3 days.
Uh-huh.
You can do it.
I'm not saying that I couldn't do it.
I'm saying you can.
Oh, I can do it.
No,
but-
I don't think you can. July 16,
Hercules,
2021.
Hercules, Hercules.
The thing about all this, the thing about it all, man, it's like it really gets tough. I mean, like if I was,
I'd love to pull a different date. So I throw it a week back, and then it's like, all right, well, it's the weekend after July 4th. You know, and then it's like you throw it a weekend after, and then it's like, well, it's a week before Sturgis.
Yeah.
And then you throw it back into June, you know, and then it's
Laconia.
like, well, it's 2 weeks after Laconia. And then you throw it a little
so
bit
now that
farther
you're
forward.
here, and if you're gonna come sit in on this fucking conversation in the morning about all our trips next year, and you decide you want to be on that, that's June. We're gonna be on a 2-week bike trip in June. Do you think that you can pull going up?
His boss says yes.
It's only a quick rip, right? It's only 3 days, but it's still, no matter how quick you do it, it's still a load on you with work and everything else you're doing.
Y'all work.
Okay.
He's a hang around.
Listen, not all of us make money like Cody, okay? So
Shit. If I had y'all money, I'd throw mine away.
I don't know. Fucking whatever. What are you doing for your June deal?
June.
What are you thinking? Your person.
2-week Northeast.
So me and Cody did like a really rough draft.
Should I just move it back so the second weekend's my camp out? Because
But that's
The thing
it'd
is,
be hard to
we
hit
can
that
make
too.
we can make my camp out in this loop. Being the person that runs it, you can make it whatever weekend.
you can, but it would only be like the problem is like when you're trying to smash a lot of miles, which you know this, you're trying to smash a lot of miles and hit a lot of key places.
Yeah.
2 weeks, you're shoving a month trip into 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so for the thing is about this, and the reason why like I'm down for this, because honestly, like yeah, I could spend 3 weeks on the road if I wanted to. I'd have to buy it for myself to be able to do it. But if I wanted to go to Northeast and spend 3 weeks on the road, I could set that up for the year, and then I hit the road, I can make it happen.
Yeah.
But Cody has X amount of fucking
Vacation.
So does a lot of other dudes that are doing these trips. So we try to set this up so that people can get the best experience of seeing a lot of rad ass shit within 2 weeks, not infringing on. Most of us are in our 30s, so the guys that are in jobs have accumulated 2+ weeks of vacation to be able to do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's different. Like we look at like me, Mark, you. We look at going on vacation very differently than people that work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like work in a
Because
actual
you're taking
corporate.
from yourself, other than
There's like you build up that like little nest egg, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a nest egg. But then you take a vacation, you're like,
It's
that
like-
nest egg's gone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there is no
And
paid
all-
vacation. There is no. Oh, I'm gonna make money while I'm on this trip.
Yeah.
Nope.
And also on the normal people working side is say you got 3 or 4 weeks of vacation, your job is not going to let you take all that at one time.
No.
It's going to be like
You can
max
take like
max
a week.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Max 2 weeks, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I get. I get max 2 weeks. I can do 14,
And you
maybe
still haven't
maybe
come seen
7.
me in Austin yet, so I'm very disappointed and sad. So
Last time he was in your shop, he had a big wheel.
no. He
Oh,
took
bro?
Softail.
He
He
did?
2 months
Okay.
off.
And he's like, oh, I'm having some sort of problem. And I was like, I'll hook it up. Like, we didn't have a ton of time to look at it, and he found an intake leak
We
later
need to do
on.
a fucking hill country event.
I want to do that. I actually, like, so the 2-lane life thing, when they came in, me and Cody went and did the whole YouTube thing with them. We were talking about YouTube earlier with yours, and, I was saying this to you guys on Monday when I came by the shop. I love their channel. I love your channel. I love everybody's channel. But what I really feel like is missing from all these motorcycle YouTube is the actual culture in which we live outside of riding bikes.
Yeah, for sure. Like, their
days
YouTube,
in,
like,
man.
I caught glimpses from
Dude.
Instagram stories, and then
I
I
feel like
talked
we
to
have
you
so-
and figured out what y'all did. And then I saw their video, and I go, their video was like 15% of like
So
what actually
that's like-
fucking happened.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
That's like one of those things that you talked about before. Like, dude, when you're the guy filming it,
Yeah.
like I go out and I film all my own fucking content for YouTube and shit. And it's like that moment when you're talking about like when we were in Sturgis, when it was like when something finally happened and everybody pulled out their phones. It's like I don't try to always be that guy for YouTube where it's like, oh, a moment's happened. I better have a camera in my hand and film this just to show my friends that I'm fucking cool. Like some of
Agreed.
those things, like when I went to your camp out last year, I didn't put it on my YouTube. It would have been a great content for YouTube, all that shit. But
Thanks.
I had to like sit back and just,
What'd you say?
I had to like sit back and just enjoy the fucking
Yeah.
moment because it's a fucking job to try to film it and film it correctly or
Yeah, I
do
agree.
shit and everything. Like you're
I'm
sitting
gonna try
back-
to. I'm
You
trying
had
to film
you had
this
too
whole-
many groupies at the last camp out to
Yeah,
worry
you
about.
did. Yeah,
He's
videos,
way more
so-
popular than most people.
Oh,
Like,
fuck
fuck
listen,
all you.
Yeah.
Listen, I
don't-
go through the McDonald's drive-thru and people are like, "Oh shit, you're fucking ass Chamberlin 515."
At Taco Bell, huh?
I don't try to be like that. I try to be
No,
fucking
I know.
like welcoming.
No,
everybody
100%.
and Fucking try to be real with everybody. and shit.
Yeah.
But, like for me to like go walk into a moment and it's like try to capture everything. It's fucking
The
awkward.
second you pull a camera out, it
People
changes.
change.
So it makes everybody's-
It
yeah,
I
changes
was-
the
everybody's-
So
whole
like sometimes I
atmosphere.
like it where I just like I'll hide shit. I'll take my phone and I'll just drop it down and I'm like trying to catch a little bit of the conversation. You guys don't see it.
So
Because then you don't
when we
change on
did
me.
when I did the hood ride too, I did the GoPro throughout the whole time until all the actual like lexin shenanigans giving aways was over, and then I ended it. But we stayed it ended at like 9 o'clock on the video I made for the hood ride. We were there till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
A lot of more good shit took place. I just like I'm done fucking filming. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do it
Yeah.
anymore. But what I'm saying is like, and the reason I say this is because I understand that like there's a lot of people that are doing YouTube right now that need to do it in a certain way to make money, and I don't want to discredit that. Like you're trying not to say fuck in the first like 3 minutes or something like that, so it doesn't demonetize. Basically,
Cruzy don't give a fuck. I don't know if you been like Cruzy's he's been getting some views and doing that shit, and they've been uploading like solid on YouTube. But it like starts out like, yeah, I'm fucking no, he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like fuck, and you're like, all right, bro. All right.
yeah. Well,
You're getting cut off.
What do you mean, like
oh,
video?
you're too far away. Yeah.
And
I'm on the screen.
He seems like
Nah, yeah,
like
it's
a wild motherfucker.
But no, so the thing is like
Why is this? Oh, so over there.
Oh, get there.
Yeah.
it just makes it easier.
Y'all want to see what it's like to
Check,
live
check.
with this? Give me a second.
I just like when it comes to like what I said is like me and Cody did all this shit with the Two Lane Life dudes. I love them. Galen is like,
Dude.
Galen is us times 20 more years. Now,
Yeah.
I hate to say 20 because that doesn't
He
sound
likes
bad.
to party like a motherfucker.
He's
parties.
us
Who's that?
with expendable income.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go.
He's
There you
us
go.
after he did a
Yeah.
lot of great decisions.
After he
in
just
life.
had to worry
Yeah.
about getting back
Yeah.
to the shop. That guy seems
So,
fucking
Hopefully,
amazing.
we're him at 20 years.
He seems
I wish I could be him.
Yeah, he
really
seems
is.
fun.
awesome.
He's
There's
fun.
like this. We could say it on this podcast. There's this video. You remember the video of him like
Chugging
shot
that
button the
whiskey.
fireball. So like Josh, the guy that does all the videoing and stuff for him, he had a camera shot that he panned over to see Galen.
Riding down
Galen's
the
got his
road.
fucking modular up with a fucking handheld bottle of fucking Fireball just going on
Chugging
the
it
road.
riding
I'm
down
like,
the road.
I want
Going
to see
down the
that.
road?
I
Yeah.
want to see that on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the shit I want to
That's
see.
the shit I want to see. Yeah, yeah.
But I understand why they can't do it because everybody, you're.
Dude, it's like it's like shit with mine. It's like I try not to be like fuck this.
Right,
like,
right.
I'll try to at least bleep it out
Oh,
I
you
want
do?
I
My
want
kid watches them, so you do.
yeah, I want it so like a kid can watch it. But then I had a message the other day, and a guy was talking, a guy that we hung out with, V Twin Visionary. He's like, dude, my kid watches you on YouTube, and he's like, you're always happy, so it makes him happy. And I'm like, that's fucking cool, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, right.
fucking, but like to be that person.
You ever see Neverland Ranch?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Nah, I.
I don't know what that is.
It's the Michael Jackson thing with the kids.
Oh, I didn't know they called it rank.
No,
Dick. I'm just
But-
I'm trying to be positive. He's
It
like,
is.
hey,
So
gonna
that-
throw
that
in a
is
low
true.
bro joke.
that is true. Like the thing is, like there are guys like you, and even like Two Lane Life. Like their thing is like I get it. They're making content for an audience that is
Are you? What the fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, we are out of
Yeah.
clock.
No,
Traitor.
there's a whole nother case downstairs. Don't
No,
be a
we
bitch.
drink.
No,
But
no.
he wants Montucky's because they're
I'm gonna
better.
shotgun it. Can I shotgun it?
I would like to have a
Just don't piss in a
Montucky
cup.
cold
Thank you.
snack beverage if they would actually fucking hook my friends up that fucking drink their shit, but they don't fucking respond to Instagram.
We're not
posts,
woke
apparently.
enough.
Yeah, you got to be really woke. You got
I
to wear like
guess.
tie dye
Yeah.
shit, and
Those guys fucking
So-
hate
you got
y'all
to
for some
ski.
reason.
Anybody in here been skiing?
I snowboard.
You know, it is what it is, but
Exactly.
But no, with this YouTube thing, it's like now that I've been around you and I've seen your channel, and even with hanging out with the 2 Lane Life dudes, like what I feel like is really missing, and I don't mean this in a bad way, because like I said, you both make content.
My shit sucks. All right.
No, you both make content that's very. I'm a very, very seasoned biker, dude. My life is bikes. So, what's boring to me is amazing to someone that is honestly going to be a viewer of yours or mine or whoever, right? Like, my life is a bike. I wake up and I look at. My routine is like, what's happening on Instagram? What's Steve doing? What's everybody doing? Like, I'm bikes every day. I'm so overwhelmed with bikes that it doesn't appeal to me, right? But I'm very deep into this shit. What appeals to me is like selling the lifestyle of being who we are. And that gets weird, like you were saying, like pulling out a camera in these very intimate situations where we're doing so and so and so. Not we're doing anything wrong, but it's just like,
But it's like
if
that
we're having
moment.
down there with Jason holding court being funny as fuck.
he pulled out a camera. I caught it. No, you did.
I did.
You did.
I tried to.
I caught somebody. I
Wasn't
said
me.
somebody
I didn't
had a
pull out a
camera
camera.
right at their waistline recording a video and go, they're recording a video, but you know what?
Yeah.
This is fucking
But
way
it's
way
like
too
that,
good of
that
a
moment
to
you pull
care.
out a camera, everybody fucking changes.
It changes, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
for
if
sure.
I can have
It
that
does.
hidden camera that just like would capture these moments, it'd make it so much easier. But that moment I'm holding something in my hand and people think they're recorded, either they're gonna try to act harder or they're gonna pull back.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like nobody can. It's very hard to stay the same person
I agree.
when the
Pull
camera's
pull
out.
the deer in the headlights move. That's what I
So-
do. I go,
With all this shit that's going on, like you've had a great year.
That's good, dude.
I think you've done a great year. Like I've enjoyed watching like the success of the YouTube channel. When you moved here, it really made us feel like we won the fucking biker lottery. Realistically, but so this year, what are we doing? Where's the bar at? I mean,
So, well, Daytona's fucking happening as
For some
much
of y'all.
as whatever, but it's like I got to go to Daytona for the skinny tire bagger build off. I'm gonna put a lot of the content on my YouTube channel the best I can, you know, because the whole like skinny tire bagger build off kind of came out. It's like we're coming out with these baggers, and I don't want it to become something that's out of reach somebody or out of reach to people. It's like we were talking earlier. It's not always the bike that whatever. It's what the fuck we do on them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the traveling. It's that. So like, I don't want to like scare people off. Like you have to have a brand new 2020 or 2021 with fucking $30,000 accessories.
Yeah.
Like, be like RD, who's on his fucking 2005, and he's
Slowly
getting
building
into
it or
and
whatever.
everything.
y'all think I should let him be on the podcast?
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
You just gotta keep.
Yeah.
You gotta keep him a
100%.
little straight.
100%.
Because like I've listened to some of his personal podcasts.
Think he'll
and
cry?
He's like, meow. But so the
He's a solid dude. I love that guy. I'm
He's a
glad that
great guy.
I'm glad that he's coming around
Oh yeah,
the way he has.
he's coming this
Dude,
weekend, right?
we listened
Yeah.
to this podcast.
Is
the
he
other
coming
day on the
tonight?
radio.
He's coming this weekend. I don't know about tonight.
Yeah, I think he was talking about coming tonight.
Dude,
Skinny
he
Ti-
had a hilarious fucking podcast.
Dude, the fucking what was it called? It was something.
It was just him
cranberry-
talking, but he
cranberry
was like
something.
he was like talking
Dude.
shit about himself, but then like fucking getting into like deep shit. Like, dude, we were dying laughing at the fucking shop.
Are you laughing at the right way
Dude,
though?
Oh, it was good. It was very
might
entertaining.
have been a
and
little
it is
at you, RD, because I know you're listening to this for sure. But
I've loved. RD has
He's
been.
got a
He's
good
been.
heart.
He does, but here's the deal. RD has been like. He's made the right moves in life. He he found inspiration. He made the move to go to fucking MMI, but he struggles with whatever it is in his mind that holds him back from doing things. He's actually brought that up on his, social media and whatnot. But I mean, we're talking about he came to the pre-camp out. He came to the first time when we went out to figure out if we were going to do a camp out. He is an OG in our set.
Yeah, for sure.
On
But-
the M109R.
Yeah,
You know?
no, it was a fucking
No,
I
Honda.
thought it was too, but it wasn't.
What was it?
It's a Honda something.
It's a
Oh,
Honda
it's a VTX 1800?
VTX.
Yeah.
I wrecked one of those.
So-
yeah.
But
He
he
almost died on one of those.
Yeah, I did too. Have you seen the pictures?
he he just I think that, without being way too honest, I think that he is a very good representation of that age group right now where I grew up hustling and working similar to Mark, like with what we do in the motorcycle industry. He's growing up with these platforms, podcasts, social media, YouTube. We didn't have that in the aughts, in the 2007, 8, 9s. We didn't have that shit. We just
No.
Had to go to
social
work.
media was for fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
All you were doing on social media is fucking lining up vag. That's it.
That's it. There was no work.
Oh, we went to high school together.
Y'all want to
you want to
slide
fuck?
my DMs? S Chamberlin 5150.
Or
Is this how this shit
T-bar
works?
underscore
'Cause
Jesus.
Plenty
of
fish.
What when
You guys think girls listen to this?
You never know.
I
Okay,
fucking
come on.
hope.
Not the kind you want.
some dude's wife to see if it's okay for him to listen to.
Listen, I'll take a guy's wife. Rings don't plug holes. Like, it's all good.
Until he
Damn.
until he
She
tries
went
to
big.
join. Until he
went
tries
big.
to
Thought about
join.
it,
It's
like,
like,
oh,
Peter,
right.
Peter, no, it's me.
Yeah,
But-
shit got deep.
He watching RD. We talked about it last time. We talked about it last time on Craig's podcast we were doing about the watching him interact with us during Craig's Down
Full
South
snack time?
No.
podcast. Just take one like a man.
No, I'm going to grab one.
I need a knife. I got a shotgun this bitch.
I flew here. I don't have any names.
Bust it on your fucking head and
Let's do it.
like everybody else.
I'm from Texas. We carry knives.
Shotgun that
Like
fucking
men.
thing.
All right, continue
Hold
talking.
on, hold on. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna send it to.
Do this is 16 or 2.
16er.
Don't be a bitch.
Remember my first
Oh,
beer.
We're recording.
Yes, sir. Better go. Did you fart?
No, dude, it's a fucking chair. Fucking squeaky ass, poor ass fucking chairs around here.
Yeah.
Fucking
Better
podcast
make sure that
shotgun.
Patreon goes through.
Turn up.
That's it. You did the whole thing. Oh my man.
What'd you expect him to do? Half of it?
Pretty good, dude.
The fuck? You can't just do half of it when you shotgun it.
I dig it.
That's a podcast shotgun brought to you by S. Chamberlin.
That's pretty good. How did you like it? Did it taste good?
I've had Montucky's before.
Oh,
That's
shit.
right. You
Yeah,
had
dude.
I had
Do you
to get
remember?
right then. We
You
gotta
remember?
do it again.
You remember that time when we were in Sturgis, and then I randomly hit you up when I was leaving Sturgis, and I was like,
He didn't
"I think I
go.
want to ride Colorado. Hey, we're gonna go to Steamboat Springs tonight." I'm like, "Meet you there."
That's when he showed up because we had Montucky's
We didn't
at
have
night in
Montucky.
Steamboat. We had it in Steamboat,
we
didn't we?
didn't.
Yeah, fuck yeah, we
No,
did.
we didn't.
Steve,
No, we had them.
my bad. I legit had the camera on them. You're gonna have to do another one.
You didn't even put that live.
I was recording on my phone for Instagram. and I
You
forgot to put it on
dickhead.
here.
What a
You have to
dickhead.
do another one.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
Are we going to Deep Ellum tonight?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we can drive.
Did
though.
you really fuck
Cody.
it up?
I did.
Cody, can I ride bitch on the back of my own bike?
Yeah, sure.
The Challenger, bro.
Dude, we got trucks.
All right, give me a confirmation that we're
You're
on.
in. You're in right now.
All right, well, apparently we
Are
already
you
did one
fucking kidding me?
shotgun.
Craig,
don't
you're the
know.
worst producer
Fucking
ever.
Or best.
Or best.
It's over there somewhere.
All right, 16-ounce can.
Montucky Coast.
Bitch!
Take 2 because the production guy fucking sucks.
Hey, I don't
Come
get
on,
paid
man.
shit
Come
for
on,
this.
man.
You want a lime?
Oh, do you have a lime?
I have lime salt.
Oh, lime salt. And
I got beer salt
Terrible.
downstairs.
That'd be
Yeah,
That's
this-
what I got.
All right,
it,
you're
go.
taking too long.
Montucky.
Montucky, 16-ounce can, take 2.
Take 2.
Oh, my man.
Not bad. Not bad, Nicholas. Not bad.
See, here's the deal. White Claw is sponsored by Anal Laws. So,
Sponsored.
Montucky's sponsored by.
Damn.
nobody, they fucking hate all
Hey,
of us.
guess what? Guess what, though? Real talk. So, earlier today,
Real
Saxon reached out to Montucky and said, hey, man, we're fucking drinking the shit out of your beers, man. Why don't you show some love? And they like, hey, email so-and-so. Jake at fucking montucky.com.
We literally tag you on Instagram 12 times a week.
Yeah.
Fucking open them.
They are not going to put us on their
better.
page.
They're like, oh my God, you're
Oh,
nice.
we're gonna reverse welcome.
You just said fuck too many times.
We say faggot 14 times, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
we can't get a sponsor.
And all
Did
the
you put
people
that
on
on
there are
YouTube?
queer.
Yeah, so I put it on Instagram, both of them.
Y'all want to follow me on YouTube?
Oh, and you got it on.
@Stream15150.
You are on YouTube
Plug.
currently.
You got it on YouTube.
Dude,
And
The
YouTube.
second
Dude.
one you got it on YouTube.
y'all got to start calling me influencer Big Wheel Cody now. I broke 1,000 followers yesterday. Hey,
I
bro.
want, when he says it, we all like,
Fuck with me.
Shit, my
Anybody wants to send me some
my,
free
my
products,
photo,
let
my
me
photo
know. Big
yesterday
Wheel
got
Cody.
more likes than you have followers.
My OnlyFans is Big Wheel Cody. Patreon, Big Wheel Cody.
I got my first 4,000 like picture ever. Yeah,
What was it?
it was
When
it
you
was a
put your
shot.
bike down there in the purple light.
No,
Was
no.
it a blue soft top?
No, I
that-
shot the pictures of Big Trouble sitting on his bike with his matching Vans.
And they got 4,000?
Yeah. Apparently, the internet loves men. So, check it out.
Well, I mean, only sexy men like Big Trouble. So.
And his son.
So,
And his
Jace,
son, Little
I
Trouble.
thought that picture you did of
2021.
your bike down
Fuck you
there in
doing?
front of the sign was badass.
we should probably pull this closer. Jace, 2021, what the fuck you doing?
supposed to talk about
So, I'm going to continue to ride bikes like a boss. That's never going to change. I'm riding this.
So slow.
We're
Okay,
going to
next.
Malaysia. We're going to fucking Australia. We're going to
We're going to Peru. We're going to Indonesia.
Little Trouble.
I did.
Oh, there you go.
This podcast is such a mess.
Well,
I think
that's
they all turn out like this, right?
New Year. It's
New
new us.
New Year, new us. We're
No.
like, New Year, new us. Let's get
Hey.
drunk.
It new us. No, same old dumb shit. Yeah.
Not so much.
All I want to do this year is I want to. Big changes for me, right? I'm hiring Saxon to be here full time.
Saxon.
Yeah, boy.
I haven't
What's
had
his
a full
first name?
Saxon.
Saxon.
Oh, wait, is this his first name?
I think so.
What is his last name? Usher, right?
Usher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Usher.
Yeah, he was talking my nigga earlier.
My way.
So hiring him full time is it's like the first time I've hired somebody like to work for the shop other than my younger brother, and it's a big undertaking because like he has
It's
Yeah.
overhead.
it's overhead big time. Like
It's like signing a second lease. You know, where it's like you have your
when you
your
have an
rent
employee,
payment, you
like
gotta make sure that you always have cash for your employee.
Exactly.
Even if you suffer.
so at the end of the week it's like, all right, pay him, then figure out my shit.
Yep.
Right? Which I'll be honest with you, like I do pretty well with the shop and the paint and things like that, so I shouldn't have the word. It shouldn't be too bad to do it, but it's still scary because what I was talking to my wife a lot. Me and Britt have been talking about it. I was like, I'm not worried that I can't pay him. I'm worried that I can't travel the way I was doing it because
Yeah,
now
that's what
I have
was
to
gonna
pay him.
say.
You know what I mean?
If you're gone
Yeah.
for 3 weeks, what's he gonna do?
You just
Yeah.
So
You just gotta turn
let's
gangster
build
over
a
there.
super shop with all of our shops combined into
Everything
one.
in the house.
There's
Hey,
just
wait. Saxon rides bikes, right?
exactly.
So he's just gonna travel with you.
He can, but you know what I mean?
He
It's
won't
really
get paid.
weird to pay a dude a fucking full salary to go ride a bike across country and he's just like there to be my friend.
Can I sign up for
It's
this
gotta be-
job or
No shit. I'll take it.
Gotta be gangster with it.
I can sweep the fuck out some floors,
I can
man.
see myself
I'll
becoming
suck your
full
dick
Kenny
for some
Powers.
crack, motherfucker.
Got these cheeseburgers, man.
The I other than that, like Saxon is very interested in doing the paint work, but he's also equally interested in being part of the video production stuff.
Dude, can we talk about how gangster of a move you did on your fucking hood ride with Saxon?
Hey,
Because like Saxon
he's
fucking
listening
straight.
right now.
Yeah.
Hi, Saxon.
Hi, buddy.
Saxon straight up fucking looped the fuck out of his bike.
And
Dude.
wait. What kind of shirt was Saxon wearing when he
T-
looped his bike?
So, dude,
Don't wear
Saxon looped the fuck
Texas
out of
Foreman
his bike.
shirts while you're doing
Fucking
this.
up over
Yeah,
backwards.
boy.
And I remember sitting there.
So you
and,
should
like,
see him new one because he
the
probably
way
ripped
his
that one.
rear fender drug
I should.
after
And I
it
will.
was bent and it fucking whatever, it looked like a fucking victory fender. I was like, who the fuck wrote a
Victory
here? Dude, it fucking had that point in the rear and everything. I was like, who the fuck wrote a victory here?
Listen, we've
And
all
then
been there,
I
Saxon.
panned-
It sucks.
I panned my eyes over. I was like, oh, that's a sporty. And then they're like, yeah, dude, Saxon flipped it. And then I seen the footage and shit. But, dude, you fucking gifted Saxon a fucking Simpson helmet, the brand new one.
Yeah.
that
The
night.
Yeah.
snow
That
cone.
was
or-
That was a
fucking sick.
drunk purchase.
Was that purchase worth it?
Oh yeah, I mean
Fuck
like
Fucking Saxon earned it.
Any-
You know, between building this shit,
Yeah,
I know that
exactly.
he helped you with all this.
All of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, like,
Yeah.
dude, fucking, he's a fucking gangster. Like, that
yeah,
shit's awesome.
like
He is what we were when we were his age, for sure.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how many of us weren't exactly what he is right now when we were in our
Right.
mid-20s?
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Work your ass off.
Yeah.
Take
Work
care of your
hard
business.
as shit, but then fucking party hard as
Yep.
shit, too. You know? We all did it, you know?
like I said, it was one of those deals. Like I remember, I think that like I had got the video that the other homie like recorded of Saxon looping his bike. And I felt like, I think I felt guilty because I kept walking around going, hey, check this out. You know what I mean?
Well, you came
And
up to me that night and you're like, you know what size helmet Saxon wears? And I'm like, no, why? But his bike's right there and his helmet's right there. You're like, I'm going to buy him a new helmet. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Well, a lot of people thought, well, I mean, I think you said, or somebody said like, hey, did you give him your helmet that you had?
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But don't be wrong, man. Like I had sold a bunch of those helmets, and I thought, I mean, don't be wrong. I said earlier, like the overselling and the refunding of helmets like cost me a lot of money, but I just thought, like, you know what, man, he was wearing a Biltwell, which fuck those guys, right?
Fuck
And
those.
then
Helmets.
and then we were here that night. I was talking to Scott from Simpson. He was up there at the hood ride, and I was just like, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Like it's a drunk purchase. Like I don't.
Dude, I have those sometimes where it's like
Yeah.
a drunk purchase.
But
like
Why haven't
subconsciously.
you bought me a helmet yet, Steve?
the
God
way
damn it!
I
the-
drunk purchase for myself, not for you.
the way that he reacted though,
Yeah.
you
could
could
never
not
take that
you could
back.
Oh, no,
never
he was-
you couldn't buy that type
He
of
was stoked.
appreciation.
He was
No.
stoked.
He
100%.
It was fucking, dude. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Like, I don't
It's
mean to,
because
like,
he's a
I don't mean
good
to, like,
person.
bring this up
Yeah,
that I'm, like,
exactly.
trying to pump you up, but that shit pumped me up.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
Yeah.
that night. I
That
was
made me
like,
want to do a good deed
yeah,
for somebody.
Dude,
you
I
know?
was like, fuck yeah, dude. Because, like, we've all had that shit that happens, you know, and it fucking puts your buddy in the dirt.
Yep.
And next thing you know, you're like, dude, how do I get him out? Like, how do I throw a shovel in the ground that fucking
Right.
gets him out of the dirt? Dude, sometimes buying a fucking helmet or fucking doing something like,
Yep.
I don't
If
know,
anything, I have a helmet collection behind you that's been honestly. I met T-Bar Jesus here around the same time I started my helmet collection. You know what I mean? But
I definitely thought you were a loser.
still have stickers on my helmet.
screw you. So, but
Pretty
the thing
boy.
is that like no matter how many helmets, no matter where Saxon goes working for the Fast Life Garage, and if he becomes, I hope he
Young
becomes something
Jamie.
else, young Jamie, or I honestly hope he becomes his version of what I've been building.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, for
Young,
sure.
young Saxon.
Young Sax.
Young sack.
Young Sax.
Young Sack.
Young, the young
Big
Sax.
sack, dog.
Big young Sack has a lot of potential, dude.
Yeah.
For
Fucking,
sure. That dude's he's no, regardless of whatever happens, he's always 100% about whatever's going. Like there is no like
He's making a
"Oh,
sacrifice
shit,
to come work
this,
for me."
This
I
happened.
mean, he
so
doesn't.
I have
he
to turn
does
left.
what he's doing currently right now was he was doing fire
Electrical.
fire suppression, but
Right.
electrical for it.
Right, right.
So he would go wire up a fire extinguisher, like not extinguisher, but the fucking
Yeah,
things.
yeah, the
He
security
makes
on
good
it.
money, but at the same time, I think he's in a job where he already saw the top.
That was like me. So, dude, I was a fucking journeyman electrician, you know, making under 100 grand a year, but fucking making good money
It takes a lot of hours to get to that,
know.
though.
and everything. And like, I was good at it. I was fucking good. But if you walk into work every day and you fucking hate it, who cares about how much money you make?
Exactly.
And
I
eventually hit that.
parents all day.
Yeah.
I eventually hit that point where I was just like, I was so pissed off walking into work every day. I was like, fuck this. I was like, I can make money differently.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I don't have
Move to Texas.
that. I don't have that fucking 9 to
Work for
5
an
that
asshole.
that 9 to 5 that everybody like fucking strives for. Like, whoa, what's your 9 to 5? Like, what do you do? Like, don't worry about it. I just fucking
Do what the fuck I want.
Yeah, and everything, and it's a weird situation. Like trying to explain to some people, but like we were talking earlier, like I set my life up differently than most people do.
Yeah.
Like I can get away with some shit. Like I'm fine sleeping on a buddy's couch for a month. Like fucking
And you
type of
don't
shit.
know how bad. There's so many people out there that want that life.
Dude, if I had a fucking
But they're stuck with a house payment. They're stuck with a wife. They're stuck with kids. They're stuck with all this bullshit.
dude, if
Well,
I
I mean,
had,
I got a fucking wife, but
if I had a
One
fucking
out of
dollar,
three that you just mentioned.
I mean, I'm trying to get rid of that too. But
dude, if I had a dollar every time somebody like turned to me and says I live vicariously through you, I'd have like $45.
yeah,
That's a lot of money. Okay,
It's-
let's
it's-
get real.
You're going somewhere.
yeah,
You know, but it's like it's all about setting your life up for what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like there's sacrifice I make. Like
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to bone that chick and I want to fucking nut in her, but like my baby come out, you know, and I'm like,
That's technically how that works.
yeah.
Let me
You
tell
know,
you.
so-
You
You
said it like the
exactly how that works.
40-year-old virgin. Like, I want to bone her. And then
Yeah.
a baby comes out. Like, yeah, it's kind of that way.
Do I look like
Yeah.
a virgin?
Yeah.
You,
40-year-old virgin. Here we come.
Hope my
He's
bike
mad.
fits you. I hope you got a big trunk because I put my bike in it.
smell like fish?
all right, we need to get you laid, dude. Here's the deal. Have you got some Texas vagina yet?
No Texas
No.
vagina.
Oh Lord.
I can speak for experience. No.
I live with Mark.
Have you had sex
Mark-
since he's been in town?
No, I have not.
Oh,
This
y'all are
motherfucker
both gay.
Shut down my goddamn dick game.
Damn.
Like,
Dude, he goes to me, he's like, hey, yeah, you know, if you bring any chick over, just go to her house.
Yeah.
listen, I have a fucking 7-year-old.
You got a daughter.
So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to have her live the lifestyle that I live and think that
Oh,
that's
where was that
okay.
chick that was here
Listen,
last night?
It's okay for dad. It's not okay for you to fucking go sleep with 10 men in one fucking week, okay? All right? Calm down.
Yeah, you hang out with Mark too much. Mark's like banged all the fucking chopper hose out of Austin.
Has not happened.
Kinda.
No. Has not.
Kinda.
No.
Eso is black nut.
I have a chair.
Man, I don't know. It's good to have you here though, man. Like I'm excited for this year, man.
No,
Should be wild.
and like, people are like, oh, how's Texas? Like, I'm still getting settled. Like,
Yeah.
I've never lived more than 30 miles from like, where I was born.
I envy you
in my
that
life.
you've done that. I mean,
and everything. And like,
Craig's done that. He's from Maine, he's grown up in Tarpon Springs.
Whoa, we said it right.
dude, and
Holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
and like the
Mark
whole,
done it too. He moved to Mississippi, then went to fucking Phoenix. Like dude, right now, I came out of my mom's vagina
Waxahachie.
20 miles away. I graduated from high school 15 miles away.
I feel you.
High scowl?
High school.
He can't have a Waxahachie and stayed in a Waxahachie.
Waxahachie.
Wait a
Ain't
minute,
that
room,
word
chair
out?
to hoochie.
It's a great
Chase
city,
Hudson from the
okay?
Fast Life Garages from.
No, I'm the same way, man. I want to move somewhere so bad.
Dude, and it's refreshing, but it's fucking scary.
Scary.
Listen,
Yeah, no,
how
I'm
many
like-
times does a single guy move across the country to live with a guy that has a fucking kid? Like, he moved into my house.
You made
and,
it
like,
sound weird.
Listen,
That's his
Sounds
first-
like
like-
2 men, 1 cup is about to happen.
Yeah,
but like,
his first
No,
record.
no.
I mean, I have sole custody of my daughter, and so
Yeah.
it's like he moved across the country to live with me, even though I have sole custody of my fucking kid. Like,
Right.
like it's not the easiest position for a single fucking 30-year-old male to live in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
but this the thing about everything that we talk about, right? Like, think about all the shit we talk about, how weird this is to do this, or how this is, or blah blah blah. What we're doing is what feels right for now in our lifetime. Like, if we compare our lives to our parents or the people before us, everything we're doing is weird.
oh yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
I don't pair shit to shit. Fucking whatever. It's like every day that's Steve's life. You know, I don't ever.
There's never been a time in history of humans that you could be a YouTube person and make money that way. There's never been a time where you could ride motorcycles and be, you know, famous enough to make a living doing whatever the fuck it is you're doing.
Right.
Like, that's new.
Y'all
You know what I
make
mean?
money at this shit.
Or make money off internet, period, you know?
Yeah. So here we are, like, you know, we're getting the opportunity to kind of pursue motorcycle dreams for the most part. And it's very different, but the thing is that we're kind of the guys, I would say we're the pioneers, saying like we're the only ones that's done it, but we're a part of the pioneer culture of taking traditional motorcycle shops, traditional motorcycle things, and turning it into something more than just a fucking brick and mortar.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know?
for sure. Because, like, dude, we're hopping on these fucking bikes. We're taking them across country. We're not only promoting our own shit, but we're going out and we're promoting our friends' shit.
Yeah.
And our friends became, you know, you just responded or you said something on a fucking picture on social media. So next thing you know, I go on your shit. I'm like, wow, you do the same shit as me. So then I'm like, all right, I'll add you. And next thing you know, like, you respond to a couple pictures, and I'm like, all right, now you're kind of a friend.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Where can we
soft
meet up
friend.
and fucking kick it?
I'm a
And
soft
then
friend.
next thing you know, like,
Flaccid friend.
comes up, and then it's like, hey, you're throwing this event that you came up with, because we're not always looking at the events that are fucking what's been around for the past 50 years. Like, I'm not looking at this is the 50-year anniversary of it. I'm looking at, like, all right, you want to have a polar ride that goes to fucking Shreveport, Louisiana?
Boys are
there.
men, but whatever. You know,
I'm whatever.
What do you say?
boys are men.
Boisterman.
What's that?
Shreveport-ish.
Bossier City.
Whatever.
So we're having
Nobody gives a fuck about Louisiana. Come on.
we're having a ride there, and then like so now that you're interested, you know I'm gonna fuck with that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so weird.
What
to some
that
people.
is, what that is Arkansas finally has a bike scene.
And they
Dude,
challenge
Listen, Arkansas like came into the fact, and they're like,
Dude,
"Oh
you-
shit, I have a penis." Like, let me see what's going on. And then they're trying to call out the fucking big dick of the fucking porn industry.
Dude, so no, we're gonna talk about whatever. Fucking Arkansas. I stopped at a strippy on my my travels down to fucking.
Did you
Strip
just refer
club.
to strip clubs like fucking chicken nuggies?
Look at that, man. It's trippy.
I'm
you
on
know?
my strippy. So I stopped at strippy. Dude, I fell in love with a stripper. She riding that pole. And
Hey, I got to pee. Can you pee for me?
Hurry up, bro.
I got to pee too. And then, are
Bring
we
that
on break,
phone.
pee break or what?
No, we can't. It's
God
live.
damn.
We're live.
But no,
Yeah. Slip
it's dope. No matter how you look at it, everything that's taken place over the last 4 years has been like this weird, like, I'm gonna be real. Me and Mark meet in Las Cruces. And then
I definitely had a preconceived notion of who you were when we met
Yeah.
up. Because, like, I roll up and it's like, he's got the fucking dope painted bike with, like, all this shit. And I go, this guy's a fucking prick. Like, I
Or
don't
he's
even
a
want to fucking hang out with
douchebag
this
or
guy.
something.
Dude, but the way shit goes and
Are you
we
on the
look at
FXR?
everything, it's like,
Dinah. Before I,
Yeah, it was
The
pre
teal one?
FXR.
Yeah.
And it was like the blue and like
Yeah.
silver one. And like, you know, we all like finally we go to Phoenix, and like he stopped before we got to Phoenix. We met up at the party. He goes, "Hey, I have a hotel. You guys come stay with me." It worked out great because we were like right around the corner. I was way too fucking wasted to ride
Yeah.
back to the house I had.
I still have friends now that I've met that we met that night.
Yeah.
At that party.
It was a great fucking time. And like, you know, we rode back and it changed my thought process, because like before then I was all like, performance or fuck off. Like if it doesn't serve a purpose, you can go fuck yourself. You know,
Don't care what it looks like.
I don't give a shit
fuck.
what it looks like. It
Yeah.
has to serve a purpose, and like it not like changed my perspective on like not only like what people do, but like who he like. People that cared about what people thought and like how it looked in the public eye. Like
Right.
I was the bike I rolled up on was a fucking. It looked like a piece of shit. Like I dropped it in the parking lot hotel.
He's saying I'm a douchebag. I'm like, look at this fucking broke faggot.
Dude, I rolled up.
He can't even ride. He dropped it in the parking lot.
I went to go park it in the parking lot with my kickstand fucked up, and I dropped it. I said, "Fuck it!" Like I'm leaving this bitch on the side of the side. Like, dude, I was wasted, you know.
Yeah.
But let's like, you know, it goes to show you the difference. Now I have an addiction to, Diamond Engineering 12-point bolts. Like, if you want to sponsor Texas Performance Engineering, I don't know if they're live or not right now, but like, yeah, Diamond Performance Engineering. Like, I love your bolts. And
The thing is, like, that happened. We did that trip. You know, it was fucking November.
I didn't even own my shop at the time.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I was
because
still working at a
you were
dealership.
thinking about coming up to Dallas and working out of our shop.
Yeah.
You know, so the thing is, in Texas at the time, there was no scene. There was dudes.
none.
There was
And
dudes
see,
that were riding
I came
these bikes.
from Phoenix, where there was a massive scene.
Yeah.
And there was nothing like that out here in Texas. People were like, fucking T-bars and mid-controls? You're fucking queer? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you know?
But we met each other on the Facebook page called Texas Dyna FXR.
Dyna FXR, yeah.
Yeah.
2, 3.
Wait, Cody's coming.
What?
Cody,
What?
get in here.
Dude, you can't do like live photos on a
He
fucking
put his
podcast.
fingers up. What do you want me to do?
Listen to our heartfelt story, bro.
Dude,
Me and Mark are sharing
There's
ourselves.
nobody that
This is
started this
literally how I
podcast
met
and
Jace.
still listening at this point.
It's fine. It's fine.
Fuck these nerds.
They're gonna hear it later on, but no.
There we go. Hey, photo time.
Photo op.
Nice.
So
All right, back to business, boys.
the thing is that as we progress over the last since 2016 when me and you met, basically, like I've told everybody so many times, like my life drastically changed because I started riding a different bike. That different bike led to guys like you, Mike Pantazzi, FXR Mike, or recently changed Goldwing Mike. If it wasn't for your friendship and Mike's friendship, I would not be sitting right here today in a studio. I would still be just doing whatever the fuck I was doing. It was because of those interactions, those choices I made then to put myself in y'all's world. I was not a part of this. I was a big wheel bagger dude that fell in love with Dynas and wanted to do shit that you had already been doing for years. You know what I mean?
Isn't it fucked up how life works sometimes?
It is.
It's like, dude, it's literally one day you're like, I'm about this. Because, like, bike I had before I had my road
Then you
glide.
get a different perspective on shit.
Bike I've had my road glide, what, I don't know, 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years.
Almost to
I
the
say
day,
that-
3 years.
Yeah, I told him like 2 days ago it was like my 3rd year anniversary, or yesterday was my 3rd year anniversary of my bike. Before that, I had a fucking Road King with 23-inch wheel, ape hangers.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah, brother.
And they were gold.
So
23-inch wheel, air ride front and rear, and fucking that. And it, like, at the time, I thought it was cool. My buddy had an FXR, and he had fucking, like, he would show me an FXR.
what happened to that dude? He had a badass, like, the sidecar and everything. Who was that?
He's still up there. He's the one, he ended up with my Regal that kind of started on fire right before I came down here.
You mean I left my Regal that was on fire at my buddy's house and
Yeah.
told him,
You know what the weird
"Fuck
thing
you."
is? So
Tyler
check this
Lucky,
out.
he's having another kid.
When we finished building the gold FXR,
Damn
right?
kids.
That
Which
motherfucker.
I have the wheels for in my shop right
And
now.
I'm gonna get them back from you because I'm about to get Midwest Grinders fucking FXR. So here's the deal: while we were in fucking Rot Rally, and you were going Margarita fucking Ville, right? Remember?
Margaritaville.
You remember Rock Rally when I bought the gold FXR? Brad
Oh,
came out and you were
mean
going hard
when
on
I got
margaritas.
wasted as fuck, and like had to Jeff Holt like pulled me on stage. He goes, "Oh, talk about winning a fucking award." And I go, like,
Yeah.
I had no fucking clue.
So you know, while that was taking place, motherfuckers over here were seeing the bikes and starting to follow us.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I thought it was Nick Leonetti from fucking Unknown.
That's not what you told me.
Nick the Dick.
But it's so weird how just shit transitions.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
fucking everything.
Caitlin
It's
to
like,
Bruce or Bruce to Caitlin. Yeah. You know what you mean?
can't
Like
have a
one
fucking-
day it's just
can't
like,
have a fucking,
"Hey,
can't have a
I
fucking
got
real
a vagina
conversation
now.
with a
Fuck
motherfucker
y'all."
like this.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, I had that old Road King and everything. And at the time, it was like my buddy was talking to me about FXRs. FXRs. in
What
California.
inspired you though to get on a performance bagger or to go
No,
that direction?
I'm explaining it right now.
Okay.
So fucking, I had this with I had my Road King, and my one buddy, he's starting to show me FXRs with fairings, and the FXRs with fairings and lowers and bags, and I'm like,
Oh, so my bike.
yeah, you know, but it wasn't your bike,
Yeah, but
whatever.
with rear axles.
But he's
Nuts.
he's showing me that,
And dual disc.
as
fuck
I'm
dual
riding
I'm still not putting a dual disc on my
as
bike.
I'm riding a Road King with a single disc and a 23-inch fat spoke wire and air ride, I'm like, that ain't cool looking.
Yeah,
that
because you
isn't
like to
cool.
suck dick at that
Like, I'm
point.
like, that's not whatever. And then we met on that bike. I was down in Daytona, and I met some of the greatest friends of my life, and they live out in New Hampshire, like Laconia area and shit. So it was like, I wanted to go visit them.
Where are they at now?
Still in Laconia.
Laconia.
I'm not here though.
Yeah, they're commenting.
Not
We are
Texas.
your best. We are.
Texas is
You're
the
gonna meet.
bestest.
You're
Look
gonna
at-
meet.
We are your best friends.
You're gonna meet.
No.
You're gonna meet. You're gonna meet Tyler Heath, and you're gonna meet John White, fucking Georgie Neville, fucking all great fucking people. But it was like I met them in Daytona on this Road King, but then I was like, I wanted to travel with them, or I wanted to travel from Michigan to their place.
Yeah.
So I kind of got on a bagger. But then it was like the shit slowly leaked back from my buddy, me giving him shit like, I don't like this fairing bike and the lowers and FXR, or it's like, oh shit, all right, well, I like the wheels that are on it. I want to throw some suspension at it. So it was like, it was a little bit of the FXR community that was kind of draining back. And when I bought a bagger, because I don't fit on a fucking FXR,
Yeah.
like comfortably looking and a soft tail.
Yes, you do.
I fit on. Oh, I feel better on an FXR than I do on like a Dyna.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Fucking, but it was. I had that shit on. And I bought a new bagger because I want to do fucking some traveling cross country. But it was like their style was mingling at me, you know. So I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm an OG in performance bagger. FXR dudes definitely fucking influenced where I was
Oh, they'll
at.
get pissed if you say
Listen,
that.
I will say all the shit in the world. I had a
I'm just trying to
bagger
give credit.
with mid controls, T-bars, and lifted suspension 9 years ago.
Prove it.
OG.
I have the pictures to prove it.
Oh bullshit.
OG, triple OG.
I'm just saying.
Don't look up T-Bar Jesus on Instagram or Texas Performance.
I'm
He
just
just
saying,
became
you
Two
know?
Bar Jesus 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm just
Made
saying,
that
like,
at the
Dude,
you know,
camp
Dude,
out.
so you remember this podcast, New Year, New Us, 2 years ago when
Yeah.
his ass rode up from where he lives? Motherfucker showed up as an icicle.
Yeah.
I was freezing cold. I'm like outside smoking a cigarette, like trying to warm up. Like
The funny thing was
God.
that would have been the 1 year anniversary, but guess what? He did that the year before. We were sitting in the old garage in Red Oak, the old house, and we
we
laid down
recorded
this.
a
We laid
random-
down this badass podcast.
No, it's a podcast where we shit on Jesse the whole time.
Fair enough,
Has that one ever been released?
No.
because Jesse's
lost.
laptop lost it.
Yeah, it got deleted.
So I traded 3 helmet paint jobs. Mind you, this is dating me because those helmet paint jobs, one would do it now. I traded 3 helmet paint jobs to Jetty to get the money to buy the MacBook Pro to be able to put the podcast out. So I had the MacBook and we went and did the podcast that me, you, Jesse, and Zombie Mike did ever
In
come out?
Houston? Yeah.
Did it ever come out?
Yeah, I got the update. Oh well,
Sure.
I got the update that we took a picture back then. You
I
know,
don't remember.
I don't know if the
We're all, like,
podcast
I
ever
don't,
came
I don't
out.
remember a podcast.
I don't
with
think
you
the
and
podcast
Jordan.
came out though.
I don't think so. I don't
yeah,
think-
you're right. You're right.
I don't
it
think
did.
we ever put that out. So we did 3 podcasts before anything ever was ever released. We did a podcast with FXR Mike that was absolute gold because we shit on everybody equally. Opportunity. It was awesome. Nobody was left. We were all FXR Mike was going hard. So was I. Jesse was on board, and then that was the same like weekend or something. Like it was all in December. You know what I mean? Like right after Christmas.
Yep.
And then we did the podcast with you. We sat there. We had a great talk. We heard all the stories about Sean Connery on your hand. How you like?
Oh, we
I
went
slept-
over that last night.
Yeah.
Over there at my camp out also. No waitress.
Listen, it comes
It's
out
alright if
sometimes.
you have,
You
like-
know, you know.
How does it go?
How's what go?
The Sean
story?
Connery scene.
So you know, like we may or may not have been drunk in a tattoo shop. You know, watching YouTube videos of Sean Connery back in the like 80s, and he may or may not have said that he thought it was okay to hit a woman with an open hand,
There's evidence
as
of
long as she deserved it. So, you know, I thought that would be a great tattoo to get on the back of your hand that you would slap a woman with, and you know. We may or may not have ended up with that
What
tattoo
is
on the
it?
back
Let
of
me
our
see.
hand.
What
That's
is
all
it?
the time we have today.
That's the other hand.
That's the wrong hand.
The wrong hand. Sean Connery on his hand. But man, you know, like
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
So-
Sean. I fucked your mother, Alex Trebek.
that. But that time frame. I mean, for me, like it's all like super.
It
It's-
feels a lifetime ago, but it also feels like
3 years ago, dude.
well, it is 3 years ago, but it feels like last
So
week,
we
you
were
know?
down. Me, Jesse, we drove down there at the early days of this podcast, and we were doing. We sat down with you and Zombie Mike, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of when the first time I met Mike too. You know what I mean? We stayed at his house. You were already there. We were doing that fucking like dirt bike thing. What is it called?
Supercross.
Supercross.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
shit.
No, that was no.
No.
You mean Zombie Mike, not
Zombie Mike.
FXR Mike.
Did I say
Yeah,
FXR Mike?
you said
No, you
zombie.
said zombie.
I said
Yeah.
zombie. You're drunk.
Zombie Mike.
You need to
Yeah.
start drinking real beer.
No, he said zombie.
I'm drinking
Shotgun.
Ultra.
You're drinking.
Shotgun.
You're drinking
An
wine.
Ultra.
Estrogen.
A
You're drinking
Horsepower
wine.
Inc. sponsored koozie.
Here's the
So-
deal. You're drinking the Claw
Hey,
estrogen
Craig,
boosters.
listen. On me with the camera.
How many cans do you have, asshole?
Horsepower Inc. koozie. This is the Ain't No Laws koozie.
These
with the
are 2
silver
for 1.
thing. You can find it on horsepowerinc.net.
Horsepower ain't done that.
Y'all want one of their shorty exhausts? They fuck good. They
Fuck good. I want one.
They whisper in your ear before they stick it
Big
up your
time.
ass.
All right. No,
But yeah,
I,
no, we were in Houston talking shit.
right. If
Yeah.
there's beer sitting on this table, this podcast isn't ending with beer sitting on this table.
yeah, okay, fine. Anyway, no. The crazy thing is like as we sit here right now, like Steve, you've been coming here for the last 2. This is your 3rd year here.
3rd year, dude. Can we talk about the first time I came here?
Let's talk about it.
Fucking, I still remember I was drunk as
You're riding a bike that's still in the lift.
dude.
Oh my God.
I was drunk as fuck.
That's what's weird.
Dude, I was drunk as fuck in my own garage.
Talked about
and there was some like, there's some.
What
fucking-
made you make that decision to come here?
No. There was like some bullshit drama that was going on or something. I don't fucking remember.
Between
It was like you between somebody,
Oh.
and I messaged you on Instagram because I met you a couple months prior at the fucking thing, and then you're like, "Dude, you should come to my anniversary party." Fucking that. I was like, "When's a good date?" And I was like, "So if I come in on Friday and I leave on Monday, will that be good?" And I was like, "All right, plane tickets booked. Fucking whatever." But fuck, that got boring real quick.
No, I'm listening. I just got. everybody text me real quick. But no, so what was happening was I had a big falling out with the DFW Diner crew.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing. It's all squashed. It's
Squashed now,
it's water in the
Yeah.
bridge now. But
So them fags are coming.
But it
tonight?
was like,
They're
Just
all good.
kidding.
Listen, they're all
Just
good people.
kidding.
Listen,
dude,
they're
I
all
was
good
like,
people.
legitimately,
I'm
it was just
talking
something. I
shit.
just messaged him over. I'm like, oh shit, whatever. You know, just like a reply to a fucking Instagram story, and then bullshitting a couple messages. He's like, you should come down here for this. And I was like, all right, well, what
motherfucker.
airport do I fly into?
What
Will you
airport?
pick me up from the airport?
I remember
Will you that?
Yeah, so I remember the first time we did it. We decided to do an anniversary party. Was when Mark, me and you were friends for a month, and then you came up here.
Yeah, it was like right after I started the shop.
Yeah, so you started the shop and you came up.
That
'cause
was
I
a
still
great
got
time.
shots of you,
Yeah.
like when I was.
We shut down the highway on the way
Yeah.
to fucking Strokers, and we're like banging wheelies on like fucking I-30, just like this is dope as shit. Like nobody had a professional camera, like it was not fucking amazing, but like we had a great time. That was when Trent and God damn it, it's Coley.
wasn't Trent? No,
Al?
no Trent. Yeah, those dudes up in
The
Denton.
Coley kid was
So
like,
it was,
he like
it was,
17 years old.
Coleman
on
the
a-
Coolman,
Yeah, Coleman
Trent
the
Coley,
Trent Coley,
and his
yeah.
dad and all them.
Yeah.
Like,
But
dude,
Trent
they're
was the
not really
guy-
around anymore.
Trent was the guy that was like fucking. He was like 16 or 17 at the time. Like
Where you
banging,
going?
Banging wheelies down the fucking interstate with me. We're doing like
On a
fucking
Harley?
70, 75 miles an hour. I was like,
No, it's
fuck
sport
yeah,
bike.
this is dope
Huh?
as shit, you know. And,
Sport bike.
Oh, it's a sport bike.
and
Yeah.
then we rode. No. He was on a
It
Dyna.
was a
No,
sport bike.
No, he wasn't on a sport bike. He was on a Dyna. Like, and then we rode all the way to like Chopper Supply Co. before
Yeah.
they shut down their
Is that like
storefront.
Fort Worth area?
Yeah, and so we're trying all night long to fucking bang wheelies in front of Chopper Supply Co. But it's like in the like literally next to the fucking Fort Worth fucking like red brick fucking district or whatever the fuck it is, like downtown.
Stockyards.
Yeah, it's like super fucking shitty fucking concrete.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and then like this road he's on is paved in fucking like wet asphalt or something. I don't fucking know what it was. So we're trying all night long to bang them, and so like we start banging wheelies up and down a parallel street. So like we're actually getting them up and having fun, but we had a fucking blast, dude. That whole fucking weekend was a fucking great time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, I'm 30, whatever the fuck goddamn years old I was at the time, and this fucking 16-year-old is fucking banging goddamn wheelies up
That's
in the street. They're like,
badass.
fuck
Yeah.
me. Like, I'm a fucking asshole. But, like, that was how it was in Phoenix. Like, started, writing a performance, quote-unquote, bagger back in Phoenix. And we go out to a wheelie day with Ryan Cruzy invited me this fucking day. And all of a sudden, these two random guys show up. And they're like, I'm not joking, like 19 years old. It's Tyler Tallboy and fucking Dom
Tallboy?
DOM underscore 829 or whatever the fuck. And so they show up and he's like, hey, these guys like they're not our age, but like they fuck.
They
you know what
fucking
I mean?
ride,
Like,
yeah.
They ride hard as shit. And so like I'm sitting there on this fucking bagger I have like $35,000 into at the time, which is like I have way more into
A shit
now.
ton, yeah.
And I'm like struggling to do power wheelies because I fucking suck dick, you know what I mean? And these fucking dudes are out there on Dom is on a stock 883 Sportster, and Tyler is on it's not stock, but it is a Dyna Street Bob with straight shots and window bars.
Wow.
Dom is scraping this fucking fender as we come back, and he's dragging fender. It's like 1 o'clock on a clock. He's like 1 o'clock.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? Fuck me. Like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done giving a fuck about wheelies.
I
Like,
can't fuck with these
all
kids.
this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm moving
fuck
back to
all
Texas.
you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I tried to do wheelies and nobody give a shit about it. Like, fuck all this shit, you know? And
Oh,
they're still fucking killing it. out
those
there in
kids,
Phoenix, dude.
they've took it to another
They're not
level.
kids anymore, though.
Well,
That's-
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
they're fucking grown ass adults now,
Compared to
but-
a lot of people, they're kids.
Well,
but
I mean, the thing is, like, they fucking kill it for sure, you know, and
No,
watching
you
them
beyond it.
progress over the fucking years has been it's been dope, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
like, I remember the first time you came out and you traded, you know, it was Tyler, and you traded some like piece of shit fucking Honda Civic for a fucking Dyna. Still the same Dyna to this day that he rides, but he's put a lot more money into it.
Right.
But it's like, I
Well,
remember
fucking
when you just traded that piece of shit in, and you came out and it's like stock bike, window bars, stock street rod fender, which is like way past fucking 12 o'clock, and he's dragging his fucking fender going down the road, and I'm just like,
Yeah. They get the short fucking
yeah,
fenders. Yeah.
fuck me, like I'm a fucking, I suck dick.
Yeah.
You're amazing. You're God. I'm fucking the devil. Like,
Well,
fuck off,
Tall
you
Boy
know what I
killed
mean?
it in Sturgis this year at the
Dude,
Battle Brawl, you know?
Dude,
He is
Tall Boy's
unbelievably
circles.
talented.
That motherfucker's sick.
Tall
with
Boy
it.
circles, how low he
His
dips it
drifts are
while he's
ridiculous.
just like,
Yeah. Dude,
while
he's
drifting,
unbelievable.
And then he's
talented
so-
down.
I don't know. I don't know if this helps, but he's so tall when he stands it up and he goes to 12 or 1 o'clock. Like, he can reach so far back. It makes everybody else look
Dude,
stupid.
he's
because
almost like dragging elbow.
he is. He's like got his elbow on the ground.
His
just
elbow's on
fucking-
the ground for sure, but then
Boom.
like his elbow pit
Yeah.
is almost on the ground. Like he is so tall and so talented.
He's-
like
yeah.
and he's always been that way. Like I remember we were grabbing like Mexican food in some like shithole fucking restaurant on the way up to where we went to stunt, and I order a drink, and I had just turned 21, so I was like so pumped that I could order a fucking drink and like not have to worry about it. And they're like, you know, Cruzy's like, oh yeah, Tyler's not like 21, so just like play along, like he's your same age. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna order this, and I'm like, yeah, you know, like we're the fucking same age, you know. And that dude, we get out there, and he's like, oh, I traded some like crap hole fucking $3,000 fucking Civic for the fucking Dyna, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And he's dragging so much fucking deeper than I could on some fucking horseshit fucking road glide I had at the time. Just like struggling fucking life. I had like 18-inch T-bars because I thought they were fucking cool at the time. And like it's like ripping my ass out of the seat as I'm doing fucking wheels. Like, oh fuck, like we gotta figure this shit out. You know? But that dude, him and Dom were like, besides Jason, obviously Jason Pullen is like the OG.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Jason
Stunt
before
world,
I even
yeah.
rode a bike. Like that dude has been the OG
That
in
motherfucker's
fucking
doing-
Harley stunts for decades. He
Yeah.
is the fucking pinnacle. Like fuck you if you think you're cool, you can't
Yeah.
fuck with Jason.
He's been
You know
doing
what I mean?
stoppies lately, and it's fucking killer on a Harley.
Dude,
the,
he is
the story he said he threw out the other day. I'm like, oh, my frame's cracked.
Yeah.
And then it was like the week after, like, I wonder why. And every time it's just showing him like doing sketchy shit on whatever bike.
Dude, he's like slamming a fucking bike down from some
That-
crazy
he's
fucking
like doing a
stunt.
stoppie and like laying it on a picnic table. He's like, wonder why my frame is cracked.
That dude is the OG for
He can
sure.
ride.
Like, if you think you're more OG than Jason,
No,
you go
that's
fuck
him.
yourself. Like, there is.
He's
no
probably
OG.
what, 40, late 40, early or mid 40.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry, Jason. I'm not gonna lie. Say how old I know you are, but you know, it is what it is. But
He's probably at least in
I would
like
say at
our
least
in my
early
age group
40s.
from
he's probably 30. He's minimum 30.
Oh yeah,
30. I would say he's like between the 36 age
and 40.
to the 46 age.
He's
That's 2
he
fucking
is-
years.
That's a fucking
Can we
window
not narrow
right
it down
there,
quicker than that?
Like, I think he's between 12 and about
37.
82.
He's between 0 and 100.
I guarantee he's early 40s.
He's hands down the OG. Like
Yeah,
I
he's
remember
the OG
watching him
motherfucker.
before I even owned a bike.
He can fucking ride.
And then there was the original fucking guys that were the unknown industries.
Right.
Like they're unknown 1 and 2 and 3.
Right.
That was the reason I fucking tried to find a Harley was because watching them.
Yeah.
You know?
They made
And
this
that was
shit-
in like,
Well, they made it look cool.
that was in like 09.
Yeah.
You know, 08, 09.
Right.
And those dudes were putting out fucking dope videos.
Yeah.
You know, and then I finally got into that shit and it fucking progressed from there. But like, those dudes have been around for a long fucking time. Nobody wants. I feel like all the young people want to take all the credit. Like, look, I did the first fucking stoppie on a Harley. Like, bitch,
no, you
fucking
didn't.
Jason's been doing that for fucking 20 years. Like, go fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
I remember watching that guy as a fucking freshman in college as a mechanical engineer fucking
Yeah.
degree. Like, holy fuck, that dude just fucking endoed a fucking Harley. Like, get the fuck out of here in 2019. You did not do a fucking
Yeah, you
first
didn't start
endo on a
this shit.
Harley. Like, fuck off, you know? And
Right.
It's weird when you grow up in the motorcycle industry and you see it from the outside looking in, like everybody that's like pushing trends and pushing, narratives basically. And then all of a sudden you find yourself on the intermix of what's cool and what's popular and what's happening. And you're like, oh shit, like we are the industry now.
Yeah, get back whips. Cool, popular, everything about it. Buy Get Back Whip. GetBackWhip.com.
also available at screamingspeedandfab.com. So.
All right. We wrap it up.
You're going to wrap it up?
That's it.
We have
New
to.
year, new us.
3 years. 3 hours. Here we go.
We'll talk more shit next year.
3 hours and 16
right.
minutes,
This
bro.
is the intro to the more
All
shit
right,
talk.
should we end it on a shotgun?
Should we all do?
There's
Did it
no
already end?
beers to
Craig,
shotgun.
don't end it
What
yet.
the fuck?
Should we all do a shotgun?
Okay.
Craig, go grab us
All right.
whole beers.
Tell them to fuck
on.
off.
No. We'll all end it on a shotgun. New year, new us.
In what way?
More shotguns.
Good thing we got some fucking small cans of those.
Shoot,
I'll do it with a 16
I want
because
a I want a shotgun. White
not
Claw.
a bitch.
They
If
take,
you're going to pop it, dude.
what are you doing?
Get it.
Jesus.
Wrong
What
way.
the fuck kind of... Dude, did you have the camera on him?
It's on his shirt.
Wrong way.
That was the most disgraceful shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, just push it around.
might as well just
Push it
piss on
around
the
like it's
table.
your own house. Might as well just push it off the table on your lap.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Hey.
this
What the
motherfucker.
fuck?
Hey, let's wrap it up, B. This is fucking over.
Wrap it up,
Hey.
baby.
Yo!
All right, everybody. No. We gotta
Fuck
throw it
you,
in.
Oh, yeah,
fuck
we gotta
you,
plug this
fuck you.
shit.
You're cool.
Yeah. All right, we'll start with Big Wheel
We're
Cody.
gonna start with Big Wheel Cody.
Big Wheel Cody.
Hey,
Big Wheel Cody.
Big Wheel Cody B. That's,
Cody
That's all I
Brown.
got. That's all I got.
Steve Chamberlin, S Chamberlin 5150. Find me on all the cool shit because I'm
For
pretty much
sure.
a loser. But
The lame account to follow is T-Bar Jesus.
Come on.
the cool
And
account to follow
the
is
business
Texas
account
Performance
to follow is
MC.
Texas Performance MC.
Yeah.
All right, it's been fun.